Well, no, I shouldn't bring it up. I was going to tell you about a restroom thing, which was the only way to handle it.
No.
No, okay. I mean, I say, well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Anyway, at 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Our daylight saving time. For some reason, Sunday, I felt like crap. And I of course, I had a couple of nights last week. I didn't sleep for a couple of nights last week. So by Thursday and Friday, I was whacked up. So Saturday night, Sunday morning, and I tried to, figure it out where you go to bed earlier and do the whole thing. But I don't sleep much anyway. But for some reason, Sunday really messed me up. And then it was like everything was fine. However, they say, and again, I've been a naysayer, but then I know it's true, so I don't want to condemn it at all. You're more likely to have an accident. You're more likely to have a heart attack. I mean, a lot of bad things happen because of daylight saving time, one stinking hour. And it's true. It's real. Statistics prove it. I'm sorry. I know you're shaking your head. I'm telling you, it's true.
It's just an hour. It's not that big.
I'm telling you. Well, you can say that all you want, and then you'll find out the statistics every year prove it. It's a damnedest thing. 310, Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. And let's see. Oh, a funny thing happened this morning. I was out doing some various stuff and I was going by my friend. I live in a townhouse, so I come downstairs where the front door is, but everybody goes out their garage. So I rarely when I come in at night, or when I leave it in the day, I kind of look out my front door slats, windows to see whether there's any packages out there. Because once in a while you'll find something left at your front door, but normally not. So I'm coming in from outside, and I after the storm this morning overnight, and I'm starting to come in to go up my stairs, and I look over, and I see this mass of it looked like somebody left a big pile of sludge or something, a big round ball on my doorstep. Right next to my doorstep. And I thought, what the hell is this? So I started opening the door, and I looked down, and I said, oh, my God, it's a bird with no head. It's a bird. I thought it was a mass of, some round something, and I looked real closely. It was all wet and matted together, and I realized it was a bird, but he didn't have any head. I thought, oh, my God, somebody cut off a bird's head and left it on my doorstep? And I started to open the door, and I realized, oh, wait a minute, and then he moved. And he was just stuck in his head inside his body because it was stormy weather. So that bird picked my doorstep to get out of the storm.
When was this?
This morning. This morning.
Okay, 4 a.m. this morning, the dogs wake me up. I go outside, I give them their treats, and I come back up to the front porch, and this bird out of nowhere starts circling my head. It's dark, and it's circling my head and wouldn't let me back in the front door.
All right, bird, something weird. And it was a big ball of wet feathers, And I thought, honestly, I thought it was a clump of something horrible and no head. And then all of a sudden, he poked his head out from under. I mean, it was the damnedest. It was the sweetest little thing, actually. And I wanted to kind of open the door and bring him in or warm him up or something. But of course, that wouldn't work. You can't open the door. He'd be gone. So and eventually he left. But I mean, he was there for a long, long time because he was right where the water stopped. Where the wet part stopped where the sidewalk my doorstep was. Anyway,
where's Tippy Hedren when we need it?
I know it was so cool, and I thought I love it. I posted pictures this weekend when I go up and play with other people's horses, and there's a couple of cats up there, and they love me. Those freaking barn cats, and they were all over me. And this one just sleeping in my a coat. I mean, it's just the sweetest, nicest thing. I started because I started putting more pictures of it, and I've gotten some of the nicest comments about posting my animal pictures. And it's really, I mean, it's, I do it because I love it. It makes me feel good. But again, people react to it really strongly. And I got to think to myself, there are very few things in your life where you actually get the opportunity to make a serious emotional and physical connection with a whole nother world, the world of animals. And for people who are particularly animal sensitive, it really is remarkable. When I was a little boy, I remember once in Schenectady, New York, we lived next to the weatherman, Howard somebody, at the Schenectady TV station. And one day I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, and I'm sitting by a tree, and a robin came over and hopped on my lap. And I sat there with this freaking robin, and I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I just love I love feeling when that thing happens to a whole nother world, the animal kingdom. I mean, who would have thought? You know what I mean? Anyway, it's just a cat purring on your chest. I mean, what's Anyway. All right, 3:14. Okay, here we go. No, we got news. I got all the news. Everything's fine. Canceling Doge contracts for the Postal Service. Disaster is going to be handled by the states. Elon Musk is going after they went after Elon Musk's ex. Some massive attack. So we'll get to all this stuff. And your call. And Wendy Williams. Holy cow, what happened to her? And International Women's Day. What a freaking disgrace. By the way, I'm warning you, you're going to hear something horrible.
Flounder, and The Kimmer Show is live every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m.
This Jasmine Crockett from Texas is trying to clarify to the American people why Doge is illegal, and Elon Musk has no official role to do this. Even though she said he's an unelected billionaire.
You know who else was unelected?
Yeah.
Kamala Harris as
Exactly.
the Democratic nominee for president.
Yeah.
The Kimmer Show, every afternoon from 3 to 6 p.m. on XTRA 106.3 and the XTRA app.
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, 3:15. Here we go. In fact, Jeff and Mark, well, I'm going to talk about them later. We're talking about safety for Americans and your stuff. And here's another tip about safety from David Van Sant. And you were critical, and so was I. It just doesn't make any sense, but it's true. Studies show car accidents increase by a serious amount the week after we spring forward. A biology current study report showed there's at least a 6% increase in fatal car crashes the week after daylight saving time starts. Fatal car crashes. That's the loss of an hour of sleep during the transition, sleep deprivation, fatigue, reduced alertness, more likely to make, like me speaking right now, mistakes on the road, but being careful, particularly in the mornings, because it's a different darkness and everything's a little different. It's much more dangerous in the morning. Drivers are more tired or less alert. And again, it's a silly little hour, but I'm telling you, I know it sounds stupid, but it's true. You've got to be careful, as well as your healthy stuff. If you have a problem, don't take the law in your own hands. For goodness sakes, take care of yourself, but then call David Van Sant. Van Sant Law, that's why they're trying to encourage you now to make sure you do the right thing. Insurance is complicated, but they'll take care of this stuff. If you have a problem, if you don't get paid, they don't get paid. And the insurance companies know better than to mess with David Van Sant because he used to work for him. He's got the charts and graphs and tables and it's taking care of your business. Be safe and don't be sorry. Here's David Van Sant's number, 855-GA-INJURY. On the web, vansantlaw.com.
Atlanta, it's Mark from the Safe House. Now that President Trump has unburdened us from what could have been, our country's finally headed in the right directions. But the Democrats are screaming and yelling and losing their minds. And unfortunately, the bad guys are still here and they want your stuff. Thank you, Joe Biden. And customers are still reporting break-ins and thefts of their hard-earned valuables. Don't wait till it's too late. Get a quality safe from the Safe House. We carry the largest selection of safes in the Southeast. And remember, gun safes are sales tax-free at Atlanta Safe House. So give us a call or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hey, it's front office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. This spring, gear up with the best for your outside projects. Exmark mowers. Trusted by pros and homeowners alike, Exmark delivers precision, durability, and power to tackle any lawn with ease. Whether it's a zero turn for speed or a walk behind for control, Exmark makes mowing faster, easier, and better. Stop by Howard Brothers today and see why Exmark is the one to have on your side for the spring. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services, but you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
Looking for style, comfort, and an unbeatable deal? Right now, drive home a 2024 Ford Edge SEL for $14,000 off MSRP at Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs.
With a quiet cabin, solid ride, handling the rivals' luxury SUVs, the Edge delivers everyone and everything in style.
Plus, Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs make the process fast, simple, and hassle-free.
Find your perfect Ford today. It's just 4 miles north of 285 on Roswell Road. From powerful Mustangs to family-friendly Explorers, and America's best-selling truck, the F-150, your next Ford is here.
Hassle-free financing, expert guidance, and the best deals in Atlanta.
Jim Ellis Ford Sandy Springs, where you can always expect the best. Visit JimEllisFord.com or stop by today.
2024 Ford Edge SEL, example stock number F12135L. MSRP is $41,325. After the $6,000 Jim Ellis discount and the $8,000 retail customer cash discount, final sale price is $27,325. Just add TABT and state fees. Offer expires March 31st, 2025.
Atlanta Braves fans, May is Military Appreciation Month, and a great time to show your patriotism by purchasing a VIP table at the Warrior Alliance 4th Annual Veteran Impact Awards and Gala. The event will be held on Thursday, May 22nd at the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater at the Battery Atlanta and features dining, live entertainment, and Georgia-based veterans being honored for the significant contributions they are making in our communities. Purchase your VIP table today or make a donation at thewarrioralliance.org.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
Oh, mercy. We are family, baby. Remember when the Pittsburgh Pirates adopted this theme from Sister Sledge back, was it early 70s maybe? Something like that? I can't remember. Anyway, 2017.
79.
79, was it? Joni Sledge, American singer and songwriter, actress, and producer, passed away from natural causes. In 2017, she was only 60, founding member of Sister Sledge, We Are Family. They also sang He's the Greatest Dancer, but everybody knows Sister Sledge and We Are Family. In the Pittsburgh, they had the yellow towels and all that stuff. That was a huge thing for Pirates.
Well, the Steelers.
Oh, the Steelers, terrible towel. But again, Pittsburgh, and again, I remember when the Braves won the division and we went to Pittsburgh to play them, our radio station sent me to do my show there. We were doing our show from Pittsburgh. That was a very impressive city. The stadium and the Three River. I mean, it was a beautiful, clean. I was surprised that I thought it was going to be like, Newark or something. It was much better than I thought. I was jogging in the morning over the bridge overpasses. It was beautiful.
Very nice.
Yeah, nice.
But you were impressed by the stadium.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, I was impressed by the places you wouldn't want to go, but I was impressed by. I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Three River Stadium impressed you.
Oh no, not this. No. The city impressed me. I got out of my hotel. And I went for a jog, and I said, "Oh my God, this is a beautiful, clean town. People were happy.
Pretty.
It was great. I was surprised that it was Pittsburgh. I thought it was all steel, smog and stuff.
Not anymore. Now, did you take the incline up Mount Washington, and they have restaurants on top of that hill that you look down on the city at night? It's beautiful.
Oh, I'll bet. No, I just jogged in the morning, then went to work. I didn't,
Pantless John Gray and I used to do that. We played the Steelers up there. We'd go up there and eat on those restaurants.
Cool. Anyway, phone calls take priority. 322 to the phones. Ken, you're on the radio. Thanks for calling. Happy Monday. Let it rip Monday. What's going on, sir?
Hey, Kimmer and Pete. First-time caller. We really enjoy you guys up there. My son and Matt and I listen to you a lot. You guys, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, were talking about, and I get to hear you in little bites.
Yeah.
And you were talking about who were the top 4 rock and roll drummers of all time.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I got to hear number 4 was a guy by the name of Neil Peart.
And now, I don't know Neil. Now, Pete and
He's
Flounder
the drummer for Rush.
Yeah, he's the drummer for Rush.
Yeah,
not anymore.
And which you want to know who the others were?
I want to take a silly wild guess at number 1, 2, and 3.
All right, go ahead.
And then I've got a story about one of them. If you got time, it's a quick one.
You're calling. We got all the time you want. It's radio. You're on.
All right. Well,
it's all yours.
Number 1, I think, has to be Keith Moon of The Who.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Pete Davis? Yes, sir. All right, sir.
I agree.
And number 2 and 3, you can kind of make arguments either way and go back and forth. But I'm going to say number 2 might be Ginger Baker, and number 3 might be Butch Trucks.
Yeah, Butch. Well, you got Jamoy and.
You got to think. What about Buddy Rich?
He's not a rock and roll drummer.
Well, but on the other hand, Buddy Rich in my radio studio in the 1970s lit up a marijuana joint, and I said, "Whoa, you can't smoke that in here." So he was kind of rock and roll.
I guess
anyway.
Buddy Rich would be one of the more influential drummers, I guess.
All right, now Pete, you also, you have and Flounder too. You guys have the other two that you've named before, top drummers in your opinion.
Well, John Bonham and Charlie Watts are high up there, and guys you don't hear about a lot. Carmine Appice, who was in Rod Stewart's band and several other bands, is an amazing drummer for years and years. And you know his stuff, though, Hot Legs and stuff like that. And a guy named Rod Morgenstein from the Dixie Dregs, man. I always enjoyed him either.
Ken, have you got any others top drummers in the business?
Well, that was my guess for 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. But you mind if I share a quick story about The Who?
Why not? Absolutely.
All right. In 1967, The Who made one of their first ever North American trips here to the U.S., and they were touring with a band out of Chicago by the name of the Buckinghams. You might remember them.
I remember the Buckinghams. Absolutely. Oh, they were huge in the 60s. Absolutely.
Oh, they had some top 40 hits.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them.
But these guys, they were booking them anywhere they could get booked, and they played at a suburban high school in Kansas City. I don't know if I can mention the school or not.
Sure, absolutely. Anything you want.
Shawnee Mission South was the name of the high school.
Well, I wish you hadn't said that. No, I'm joking.
Well, anyway, that was in 1967. Fast forward to about 1970, and I'm a student in college. And one of my roommates was one of the backstage workers at that show.
Cool.
And so he had some Keith Moon drumsticks.
No kidding.
And they were beat to heck, I want to tell you. But he gave me a pair of them because he knew I was a huge fan.
Are you of Keith Moon's drumsticks?
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, my God. How cool is that? You still have them?
Well, here it gets better.
Okay. Sorry.
So the drumsticks sit in my top drawer for a number of years, and my family and I moved to Atlanta, and it's 1989, and The Who announced that they're going to be doing a reunion tour for Tommy, and Atlanta was their first stop after they did their big show in New York.
I love where this is going, I think. Go ahead.
And so I'm listening to the radio one day, and I forget what the name of the big rock station would have been in 1989, but they're doing a remote broadcast from Town Center Mall, which is close to where I live.
Yeah.
So I grabbed my two sons, Matt and Jeff. One's 9, one's 11, and we go down to Town Center to see this guy doing the remote. And I get his attention, and we talk for a few minutes. And I told him the story of the drumsticks, showed them to him, and he says, "What would you like to have for these?" And I'd never seen The Who before, so it was a big deal to me. I said, "I'd like 4 tickets." And he says, "No problem, man. Here they are." And
oh my God! So no kidding.
So I got to see, and they were in town for 3 nights.
Oh, wow.
And we went to see them, and it was fantastic. And it was down at Lakewood. Great show. Big production. I mean, the place was packed.
I can imagine, yeah. Especially about that time. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, but he probably got $50,000 for them on eBay or something, for those drumsticks.
I have no idea. Can I mention the name of the brand name?
Sure, absolutely, yeah. Sure.
London.
Now, I don't know that name. I don't know anything about brand name drums.
Me neither.
Yeah, I know like acoustic kit sets and stuff once in a while, but Slinging Ham or whatever the hell is slinging something, slinging land or some crappy thing.
That sounds like something Southside Steve at 96 Rock.
Yeah, 96 Rock or Star 94 back in the day or something.
No,
like
not
that.
Star 94.
No, it'd be 96 Rock probably, or the what's the X one with the Sissy, Slutty, and Barry?
The only one who played the
99X,
96 Rock.
99X.
They never played the Who.
99X never played.
99X is more alternative rock. They were like classic rock.
Know. I only know
whoever it was at the time that was the big rock station, but ever since then we've probably seen them 6 or 7 times, and I actually got to meet Roger Daltrey and talk to him for about a minute one time.
Well, that's a great story, Ken. Honestly, that's a great story. Anyway, thanks. Call anytime. Hi to the boys. I'm glad. That sounds like a bucket list moment that you'll probably remember forever and ever and ever. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Nice story. 320. 328, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. A couple things. I don't want to miss this because this is important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play this sound for you in just a minute, Flounder. We're going to get that skanky tranny. First of all, our birthday list includes Chuck Norris, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck Norris is 85. Chuck Norris doesn't wear a watch. He simply decides what time it is. Chuck Norris built the hospital he was born in. Now, that's an incredible story. Chuck Norris, when Chuck Norris turned 18, his parents moved out, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tremendous ding dong. All right, 329. Well, I'll do a history thing later because I want to play this, Flounder. This is incredible. What a stinking rotten thing this was. President Slimebag Biden actually came out. He appeared. Somebody wrote something for him over the weekend, slamming the way he handled International Women's Day, which included his post about incredible women's celebration, dignity, opportunity for all women and girls of all kinds, all communities, and so on and so forth. Democracy succeed. Well, people are wondering, hey, wait a minute. How about the fact that you eroded women's rights? Women don't succeed when men take their place. Others are saying. How come you humiliated our women by putting men in women's sports? Asking for my daughters. Hey, Joe, what's a woman? Is that the way you celebrate by letting men into women's sports? Taking away actual identity of actual women? I mean, do they not see the horrible irony of their ridiculous stance on these things? But even more, ladies and gentlemen, I'm warning you, this is horrible, but you need to know it. The left crazy wackos are not backing down. It's even getting worse. Over the weekend, there was a rally in Kenosha, Wisconsin, along for Bernie Sanders, the screaming leftist who wanted to be your president. He introduced and was part of the celebration Laura Jane Grace, a singer and guitarist of a punk band, and she sang lyrics talking about God as if he were a sexual rapist, basically. Flounder, we want to take a break here? Is that what you want to do?
No, we got it right here.
Okay, I didn't want you to say. This is the woman. Now, Flounder had to clean the hell out of this up, but I'm telling you, this is freaking disgusting, but you need to hear that these people aren't backing down. I'm sorry, Flounder, go right ahead, please.
I have a big fat because it feels like he's f***ing me. Are his balls filled with lightning? Do they tingle like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat because it feels like he's f***ing me?
Oh, my God. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. It references burning crucifixes, white supremacy, God is good and God is great, but now get the blank out of the USA. She's a tranny, used to be a boy, and she, again, is talking. I mean, this is disgraceful. Not only
it's a freak,
grotesque and anti-Christian, but just, I mean, again, when they tell you who they are, listen, this is real. They said this out loud in front of Bernie Sanders' Democratic rally. The Democrats, how come they didn't shut her down?
He thanked that person.
Yeah,
thanks
for being here. Yeah, hey, coming up, a massacre of Christians and women, and I mean, we got so much more. It's all standing by. 3:32. Let's call it with the Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Monday going?
Latest breaking news to the conservative voices you know and trust. Your best new follow on social media is XTRA 106.3. We're at XTRA 106.3 on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and LinkedIn, and pretty much any social media you scroll through every day. And we drop exclusive giveaways, new daily content, and the latest breaking news from Georgia and across this great nation. Interact with your favorite Extra personalities. Get the latest on our live events, and so much more. Follow at XTRA 106.3 across all your social media and keep up with Atlanta's only conservative voice.
Yeah, it's true. Springtime's coming, and that means you landscapers and builders and contractors be putting in patios and pool decks or, new shrubs and stuff like that. Stovall and Company. Paul Stovall's been having this family business for 75 years. He's got the sons, Tripp and Devin, working for you right now. Stovall and Company, wholesale landscapers. Opening store number 11. Talk talking about a successful company in Canton on Union Hill Road, store number 11. Special request. Reason they're so successful is because they're a family business. If you need boulders, they got your boulders. You need sand delivered, they got your sand. You want, like a hard concrete stuff and rocks, and they got all the hard concrete and rocks. Great prices. Family business always does better because they're there for you. Landscape, plants, irrigation, they've got it all. Check them out, StovallInc.com.
Shooting drills. A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve, but one who genuinely cares about each player.
You have what it takes. We got this.
Can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Are you tired of dealing with loud, ugly, drafty garage doors? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Now is a great time to upgrade with brand new, efficient, quiet, and beautiful garage doors. Your garage door is the biggest opening in your home, which is why it's such an important part of your home's curb appeal and energy efficiency. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078. Get started today by visiting us at allfourseasonsgarages.com.
The EQE electrifies the essence of Mercedes-Benz values. Leadership in user-friendly technology and earth-friendlier power. Satisfaction for drivers and passengers alike. And the seamless confluence of craftsmanship and innovation that makes the iconic Grill Star shine. Get an exceptional offer on the all-electric 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQE 350 sedan for just $509 per month for 36 months with $66.53 due at signing, exclusively from RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the RBM of Atlanta's spring sales event. Visit today to see how to qualify. Special lease rate available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Service through RBM of Atlanta, Sandy Springs through March 31st, 2025. Excludes tax, tag, title, and Georgia Lemon Law fees. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Hey, it's big! Rob Schmidt recently beat CNN in key ratings, as millions are tuning into Newsmax. Every night, Rob Schmidt is on Newsmax, revealing the truth about Elon Musk's Doge. Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern and find out why Rob is the hottest person in cable news. Even President Trump is watching, and he says Newsmax is terrific. Reuters Institute reports that Newsmax is now one of the top news brands in America. Find out why. Just check out Newsmax on your cable system. Get Rob Schmidt with Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and much more. Download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone or home TV to start watching. It takes just seconds. With Newsmax Plus, you can watch our great shows anytime. Go to NewsmaxPlus.com and start your free trial. That's NewsmaxPlus.com. Make the switch to Newsmax today.
337 on 106.3. Look out. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Monday. Storm-a-rooney. Now it's getting warmer a couple days. See what's going on. Freaking March already. 2010, Pink Floyd won a court battle with EMI. Stopped the company from selling single downloads and ringtones on the internet from the group's albums. Pink Floyd's, that was in 2010. Pink Floyd's back catalog was second only in sales to the Beatles. Wow. 2010, Pink Floyd. Let's see, birthday list. Oh, I got Mr. Phone working here if I couldn't get a thing there. Birthday list includes the delightful little Carrie Underwood. Delightful little Carrie is 42. And Miss Carrie is back on American Idol as a judge. And is she doing the NFL football thing, or did they change it? They got a guy. I think she's, I don't know. I think I saw her.
I think she's still doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, and our history list includes... Oops, a daisy. No, why would it do that? Come on, don't do that to me. God, it just went nuts. All right, here we go. On this day last year, actor John Cena agreed to do a crazy stunt during the 96th annual Oscars ceremony a year ago today. The bit was that host Jimmy Kimmel had talked him into streaking across the stage of the award show, much like that guy Robert Opel did in 1974 with David Niven saying, well, he's just showing his shortcomings. However, that was supposed to do a stunt. A nude Cena sheepishly walked out on the stage with a large envelope covering his nether region. He was then given the task of announcing the winner for the best costume. When he told Kimmel he wouldn't be able to move the envelope to open it, Kimmel covered him with a stage curtain, tassels and all. No, he wasn't really naked, just a little movie magic to speak. Holly Waddington won the award for her work on Poor Things. Anyway, so that's a costume thing. Okay, that's old John Cena humor. I don't like John Cena ever since he turned on America, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, 3:40, 3 o'clock hour brought to you by our friends at First Liberty Building and Loan. We say yes when the big banks say no at FirstLibertyGA.com. Let's see. To the do we know about Wendy Williams? You guys don't know who Wendy Williams is, right? She was a very
talk show
host, and well. I didn't. I remember hearing there was something going on. And again, I don't think I've ever seen her show, but I certainly know who she is just from being in the business. But for the record, Wendy Williams dropped a note from her New York City room window calling for help. She was taken away by ambulance from her assisted living facility. Today, cops were called in for a wellness check when the ex-talk show queen tossed a handwritten note out her window begging for help. It said, "Help Wendy." The call came in at 11:15 this morning after the 60-year-old who was diagnosed with dementia tossed the note from the window of her fifth-story room. She had been holed up in the facility's memory ward as Wendy Williams fights to end her court-ordered guardianship. Later was spotted at a window waving her arms at a reporter while speaking on the phone. She silently walked out of the facility escorted by cops and was helped into an ambulance. She was supposed to go back to TV for the first time in the daytime amid her ongoing health woes to make an appearance on The View on Friday, since taking a leave of absence from her Wendy Williams show 4 years ago. The former co-executive producer shared the news of an Instagram post. Anyway, we don't know whether she's going to do that or not. She's been diagnosed with frontal temporal dementia and aphasia. She's been in a high-profile battle to end the guardianship she's been under for 3 years. Her guardian says she's cognitively impaired, permanently disabled, and incapacitated from dementia. And
she did some crazy stuff on her show, like falling over and saying some crazy stuff and doing fits and things for a long time, and they kept making excuses for her.
Well, she fainted that one time, remember?
I don't, but I know the stories, yeah.
There's a lot of drinking going on, but who knows?
Well, I this is clearly real. I mean, so and poor thing, and again, I can only hope that if you're, other than when you're screaming and crying because you're afraid of something, I can only hope that you're sort of in a dream world, that it doesn't, everything's, you don't really, everything's just, I don't know. Not horrible, I hope. Let's see, 3:42. A lot of newsy stuff going on here, including a story that Pete Davis mentioned this to me this morning before we came on the air, that there's a massacre going on in Syria. Christians and other religious minorities, women, have been massacred in Syria, violence erupting after they overthrew President Bashar al-Assad 3 months ago. At least 1,000 people have been killed in the last few days. They targeted Alawites. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is, Pete? Alawites? I don't know what that is. Targeting Alawites, Christians, and other minorities in the coastal region that sparked a brutal crackdown by forces linked to the new Islamic rulers. Widespread sectarian killings, sectarian massacres aiming to expel their population from their homes.
And mainstream media is ignoring it.
You can't find that on the New York Post or the Fox News. I mean, it's not. Nobody's covering it.
And the EU is sending money to this guy, so that basically Great Britain is funding the slaughter of Christians in Syria right now.
This is.
There's a picture that came out last week. The UN guy was shaking hands with this guy. He's an ISIS fighter.
Oh, I saw
who's
that.
Put on a business suit, and now they think, he's legitimate now. He's got a suit on. So they're shaking hands with him, and the first thing he does over the weekend is start killing Christians and rounding them up. They're parading women naked through the streets and then killing them. And he told them, don't film this on your phones. Don't get this out. We're keeping this under wraps so we can get away with it. And, of course, they're so proud of what they're doing. They're doing it anyway. And that's how the world found out about it on social media.
That's just, I mean, it's just, the world ought to be in an uproar about. I mean, this is.
It's only Christians. Who cares? Yeah. And within October 7th, the same thing happened. Then it's only Jews. So we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
But if the shoe was on the other foot, that's all we'd be hearing about.
Yeah. 344. Some good news about getting after the bad guys in our own country. DHS now is going after employees by giving them lie detector tests to see what they've been up to. Boy, this sounds like, they're just, when you're in the Department of Homeland Security, you better be able to take lie detector tests to show that you truly support your country. I do not have a problem as long as when you go in, it's like being a cop. They tell you when you go in, the union tells you they have a right to give you a lie detector test. Or if you don't take it, you're fired or whatever the deal is. I mean, this is, as long as you know going in. Now, if my boss came to me and said, we're going to give you a lie detector test based on everything bad you've ever done in your life, I'd tell them to stick it and my career would be over. But again, if you're working for DHS, you're part of the problem. You're part of the program and part of the problem. So they're going after them. We don't know how many have been given tests yet, but a whole bunch. They caught those 2 right off the bat. And if you leak details about raids and stuff like that, you're going to get prosecuted. That's a freaking felony. And by the way, we know that some of the information is coming from the FBI, the leaks from the FBI. Doge, holy cow, coming up 346. Doge is going after $300 million given to children under the age of 11 for the loan program during COVID. That's the Biden administration, ladies and gentlemen. $300 million given to children as loans, and nobody knows who they are. Their Social Security numbers don't match. God, what that administration did to us. 346, come repeat, Block.
Attention Warriors, are you a veteran ready to navigate to success after service? Tune in to the Warrior Alliance Network. Join us as we spotlight inspiring stories, provide essential resources, and connect you with a community dedicated to empowering veterans. From career advice to health and wellness tips, the Warrior Alliance Network is your go-to hub for post-service success. Tune in Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. on XTRA 106.3. Join us on the mission, the Warrior Alliance Network, where warriors thrive together. Visit us at thewarrioralliance.org for more information.
A lot of us have a 401k, but many of us don't know what we should do with them as we get closer to retirement. I'm here with Evan Ward of Atlas Retirement. And Evan, what would you personally recommend?
Well, Kevin, what we recommend is when you separate service from your employer or when you turn 59 and a half, you need to look at what your options can be, because within a 401k, you're getting payroll deduction, you're getting a handful of different options, but it's very limited because a 401k is a one-size-fits-all for everybody in your company. Well, what we do when we have options to go outside the 401k, even while you're still employed, you can continue to contribute, but you can move those into different and better options than what you have within your 401k. And so we want to be able to run our 401k x-ray, be able to show you exactly what it is you are doing within your portfolio, and then see what your options are outside of that to improve your circumstance.
Because, Evan, let's be honest, retirement, this is not a one-size-fits-all answer, right? These are individual, personalized plans you're going to put together. Everybody's situation is going to be different, right?
Of course. And so, the 401k gives you a limited set of options because that is what has to be available to the client. But outside of your 401k, you have thousands of options that are often a lot more custom and tailor-made to your personal needs.
If you'd like more details, pick up the phone and call Evan Ward today and the team at Atlas Retirement. They are standing by to answer your questions. 678-736-7799. 678-736-7799. Pick up that complimentary 401k x-ray, or you can get more details online today. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia, owner of the Trusted Toolbox. Are home repairs piling up? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Relax. We've got you covered. From drywall dings and leaky faucets to deck repairs and trim replacement, we're your one-stop shop for everything for your home needs. No more juggling multiple contractors. Just call us at the Trusted Toolbox and we'll handle it. Your home deserves the best, and we don't want you breaking your back trying. Call the Trusted Toolbox today at 770-623-3097 or visit us at thetrustedtoolbox.com. The Trusted Toolbox, your one-stop shop for home repairs and more.
The Atlanta Braves Spring Training Series Behind the Braves, presented by Global Payments, is back for the 5th season. Hear from your favorite players and meet the new faces as they get to work at spring training in preparation for the 2025 season. Plus, enjoy exclusive interviews and go behind the scenes to see the team like never before. New episodes drop each week on youtube.com/Braves and locally on Peachtree TV and Atlanta's CW. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know, a great smile can make you more successful as well as make you happy. Yes, it's true. And your smile's waiting for you at my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, my friend for 30 years and dentist forever. This woman at Atlanta Smiles, atlantasmiles.com, the dentist with a doggy. It's really true, whether it's just regular cleaning or bridges or crowns or are your teeth bothering a little bit, maybe a little ache or something, or your gums it's not going to get better on its own. Take it from me, I found that out the hard way. Taking care of your teeth and gums, and everybody's happy. And by the way, you can relax with Dr. Dina. This is an individual, private VIP experience. The latest technology. She used AI to get my last thing done at my last visit. And don't forget the doggy. She's a little doggy to take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done. And this staff, these ladies are angels, I promise you. You'll love going there. A veteran herself, Dr. Dina, 10% veterans discount off the top. Tell them when you call. 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting. Get the doggy, atlantasmiles.com.
Hey, it's big! Rob Schmidt recently beat CNN in key ratings as millions are tuning into Newsmax. Every night, Rob Schmidt is on Newsmax revealing the truth about Elon Musk's Doge. Tune in tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern and find out why Rob is the hottest person in cable news. Even President Trump is watching, and he says Newsmax is terrific. Reuters Institute reports that Newsmax is now one of the top news brands in America. Find out why. Just check out Newsmax on your cable system. Get Rob Schmidt with Greta Van Susteren, Rob Finnerty, and much more. Download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone or home TV to start watching. It takes just seconds. With Newsmax Plus, you can watch our great shows anytime. Go to NewsmaxPlus.com and start your free trial. That's NewsmaxPlus.com. Make the switch to News.
I mean, they're all making this as the mark in history for the WB 1997. Years earlier, the 1992 movie with Christy Swanson turned the edgy story with a female heroine into a silly kind of a comedy. So the director guy was asked about doing a TV series. He jumped at the chance. He wanted to make it more of a high school horror movie. And so it was a blend of drama, romance, comedy, action, horror, stuff like that. Sarah Michelle Gellar had won a Daytime Emmy for working on All My Children. She got the lead of Buffy, the perky high schooler, generation's chosen one, the only person on Earth who had the power to defeat vampires. Let's see. Sitting atop a Hellmouth entrance point for evil demons in California. The ratings peaked during the second, third seasons, well received, and then the lineup included Dawson's Creek, Seventh Heaven, Felicity, and Buffy's success really led the way to all that stuff. Moved to WB's competitor, United Paramount. Buffy, one last quick thing. How I Met Your Mother with Seth Green, American Pie movies, Allison Hannigan, all this stuff. Sarah Michelle Gellar made more transition. Buffy spinoff didn't really do much and attracted a small man. Anyway, Buffy the Vampire Slayer in this day in history made everything different for the WB. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 354. And Doge, I've got this. Here we go. And every time you see Democrats criticizing Donald Trump, think about stories like this. Doge has identified the Small Business Administration granting 5,600 loans for $312 million to borrowers whose only listed owner was 11 years old or younger. Issued in 2020 and 2021, going through COVID. Unclear what the hell they were for. Small Business Administration, 5,600 loans for $312 million for children under the age of 11. Where'd that money go? And by the way, they all used a social security number with an incorrect name. $312 million for children. $333 million went to borrowers over 115 years old in 20 and 21, the SBA. Small business people also had a fan base that showed one individual got $36,000 in loans at the age of 157. He got, oh, God, you know what he got? Hey, boys, you'll love this. A 157-year-old guy got a loan for $36,000 he didn't have to pay back for the PP Paycheck Protection Program, which you and I, let's see, Founder, didn't you get $25,000? And Pete, you got $125,000? I think I got $2 million. Oh, no, we didn't get anything. That's right. I remember. This guy, 157 years old, and he got $36,000. Okay? Excuse me. Is anybody, I mean, seriously, they should be putting things like this on the news every stinking night and on social media platforms every stinking day, showing you this is where the money went. Well, we don't know where it went.
Yeah, who cashed the check?
Where did that money go?
Yeah, where'd the money go? But all they want to talk about is a possible recession coming up. Well, it's because of government spending that we're having these problems.
I mean, it's freaking outrageous. By the way, Elon Musk is going to get to the bottom of it. His hackers apparently are trying to destroy X, a massive cyber attack. Let's see. Monday morning outages. Purchased social media platform for $44 billion. Outages. Musk company Tesla facing takedown protests. And by the way, Elon Musk says, you know, the people behind those protests at his Tesla plants, burning vehicles, shooting guns at vehicles, torturing the dealerships, so forth, George Soros and LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman, among other billionaires.
Paying trannies to do it, allegedly.
Right. Yep, that's right. And he said, Act Blue. 7 senior officials at Act Blue resigned. This is a group responsible for the Tesla protests. Troublemakers Disruption Project. Rise and resist. And by the way, they did the same thing over the weekend at the Tesla dealership in Decatur, Georgia. Over the weekend, they went to Decatur, Georgia, and tried to destroy that too. Good. It's not one world.
They need to be I'm sorry. At this point, the freaks need to be rounded up.
There should be security, and you'd have to pay for it. Security guards to take down these people, and you know, oh, did you break your elbow as I took you to the oh, so sorry. Yeah. Seriously,
if you're violent, they need to go to your house and take you.
Absolutely.
If they find out you're doing this.
Absolutely. 3:58. Luckily, we have Flounders Funnies coming up, along with Pete's Tweets and Holy Crap at Sports and all those things of your happy entertainment.
Well, I will give you the number one place to see sad men. Guitar Center. Oh, my God.
Guitars.
One of the saddest places on earth. Failed, struggling musicians behind the counter. A bunch of men in loveless marriages or divorced just walking around looking at the guitars. Is that a custom color? Is it? Maybe if I add that to my collection, it'll fill up whatever this void is in the center of my chest.
Oh, my God.
It's true. If you want to be ignored in a business, walk into a Guitar Center.
Well, in fact, I will tell you this. When I bought you guys and myself all harmonicas, but back when I was at the start of our podcast, is that when why did I do that? I wonder. I can't remember. But yeah, I got them right here. And I bought you. Hey, princess. Hi, sweetie. There goes my little princess. No, she hates when I do that. She's going to yell at me later. That's Bella. Anyway, I went to Guitar Center, and I'll tell you what, it was not a happy experience.
No,
I mean,
they don't care if you're there or not.
It was
they
like
really don't.
I wandered around endlessly and trying to pick up find stuff, and I mean, it was a nightmare.
They don't. I don't know how they stay in business. I really don't.
Anyway, coming up on 4 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230 on Letter Up Monday, 106.3. That's what I got going.
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
This is a Fox News alert. A new plunge on Wall Street. I'm Lisa Brady. The Dow down nearly 900 points at the bell, falling under 42,000 as tariffs and retaliatory tariffs fuel recession worries. The Dow had been down more than 1,100 points. The NASDAQ also finishing off its session lows, dropping more than 700. A man accused of helping to plan the Abbey Gate suicide bombing that killed 13 U.S. service members and more than 100 civilians during the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan remains in custody after appearing in federal court today. Mohammed Sharifullah was arrested and brought to the U.S. last week, charged with conspiring to help ISIS-K.
According to authorities, Sharifullah waived his Miranda rights and spilled the story, admitting to helping prepare for the attack as far as helping to look for spots, checkpoints, American and Taliban checkpoints. Authorities say he did some sort of reconnaissance work and told other ISIS-K members the route was clear and the suicide bomber would not be detected.
Fox's David Spahn at the federal courthouse in Alexandria, Virginia, where Sharifullah did not enter a plea. The cause of a ship crash off the coast of England under investigation after a Portuguese-flagged cargo ship and a U.S.-flagged tanker collided earlier today, leaving both on fire in the North Sea.
Plumes of black smoke were seen billowing into the air off England's east coast. Data suggests the Stena Immaculate was nearly stationary when it was struck by the cargo ship Solong, which was moving at 60 knots. The cause of the collision is not yet clear.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. There had been reports all crew members were accounted for, but the container ship's owner now says one of its crew members is missing. The National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard just announcing President Trump ordered security clearances revoked for multiple officials, including President Biden's Secretary of State Antony Blinken. America is listening to Fox News.
Heroes like Austin Reese have paid a high price for our freedom. Austin served 3 deployments to Iraq. He spent 13 years with the Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit and became a military freefall instructor. But in what was thought to be a routine jump, something went terribly wrong. Austin was left paralyzed. Tunnel to Towers built Austin a specially adapted smart home. Help heroes. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The swirling dervish Michael Jackson On this day in 2005, to arrive in Santa Barbara in a courtroom an hour late, dressed in his pajamas. Yeah, he had his back treated for some kind of back injury there in court. He was attending the Santa Monica court for his child abuse trial, and so he showed up an hour late in his pajamas. We're ready to announce a verdict, Your Honor.
I'm moonwalking.
He's mooning. Oh, my God. No, that's not what they mean by taking your pants and walking backwards. No, I don't believe you, sir. I'm sorry. He's just walking backwards. That's not really the same thing. Our birthday listener, in case you missed it, Chuck Norris is 85. By the way, Chuck Norris doesn't sleep. He waits. Chuck Norris has been to Mars. That's why there's no sign of life on Mars. And one more. Chuck Norris once ate a Rubik's Cube, and it came out solved, ladies and gentlemen. So that's disgusting. Anyway, our actual other birthdays include John Hamm, Don Draper, Mad Men, on that Tyler Sheridan show, Landman. Also, he was one of the great roles in where he played the really bad guy on Fargo. Oh, man. And by the way, I think that may have been... That was the last Fargo series, right? The last one with him.
The last one they've done.
Yeah. And that was, of all of them, I think that was the greatest ending episode of any of the Fargo ending episodes, because when that girl and that woman turned on him in prison, just that last part of the show when she announced what she was going to do to make him, oh man, I mean, that was just one, wow. And I love that little girl, that little starlet girl. She was wonderful. I just love that little character.
Juno Temple's in everything now. She was in the last Venom movie, which was horrible, but she is everywhere.
Yeah, she was great in that role. I thought she was just so cool. Anyway, so John Hamm is 54. He did a great job in The Town. Played an FBI agent.
Fargo may have resurrected his career.
Very possible. Yeah, very possible. Anyway, John Hamm is 54. Did I mention that? And also, hold on a second here. I got to get back to Mr. Fun here because I got my history thing with Mr. Fun. And it was on this day. Oh, no, I can't read. Hold on. I got to get I got to get to the freaking doctor. I just got to get. Here we go. On this day in 1970, future Three's Company star Suzanne Summers is arrested for passing bad checks worth about $100. She avoided being prosecuted by paying off the checks. At the time, she was a struggling actress, struggling model, and a sales clerk. Suzanne Summers had done some TV work as a model for the game show Anniversary Game as a prize model in 1969, hosted by her future husband, Alan Hamill. She went on to star as Chrissy in Three's Company, among other things, in 1977 to 81. Anyway, Suzanne Summers got busted for bad checks on this day in 1970. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 404-741-1230. By the way, two things. Donald Trump has signed an executive order, and he's now going to put states in charge of the catastrophes that happen in America. You know, he was complaining about FEMA for a long time and made some promises, and now he's going to do what's called a risk-informed approach, prioritize resilience and action over information sharing, like FEMA used to do. So he's going to try to do things that get things done. Also, he has, and I can't find the story under now, but he has canceled. Oh, here it is. Doge lawmakers are now going after Biden's $3 billion electric postal vehicle mandate. Biden had $3 billion to make postal trucks electric. And they spent, $7 billion to build like 4 stations or something, 4 trucks, 6 trucks maybe?
Every one of those electric trucks is $32 million for one.
Yeah, one truck. And they got built 6 of them, I think. Six. Oh my God.
Did you hear the news?
Yeah, I was going to say, and again, remember the charging stations. So they had billions for the charging. They were $7 billion a piece. They did 6 of them, I think, across the nation.
Like did you hear during the news? I know you walked away there for a second.
Yeah.
That Trump has revoked Anthony Blinken's.
Yes. Former. By the way, I remember Anthony Blinken, former Secretary of State. Anthony Blinken was the guy behind the letter for the 51 cheating, lying scumbags on the Hunter Biden laptop. That was Blinken's deal. So he should be in prison. They're all traitors. They all tried to change the outcome of a presidential election. That's a federal crime. Well, Anyway, so far. And by the way, the lead story on Fox at 4 o'clock was, here we go. And once again, the Dow Jones has plunged nearly 1,000 points. And then it'll come back, and then it'll plunge, and it'll come back. It went down 890 at the end. And it's all about tariffs. And again, let's not forget this. All Donald Trump is doing for the new tariff plan is to make it reciprocal. In other words, even Steven. If a company charges a 10% tariff on our stuff, we charge a 10% tariff on theirs. I mean, that doesn't sound totally unreasonable. I mean,
Canada charges a 200% tariff on our dairy products.
Yeah. Now, how do you explain that other than money, to make more money?
But when we do it, we're the bad guy.
Yeah, right. Because we're the big bag Uncle Satan, It's unfreaking believable. And there's more of that. More and more of that stuff is going on. Now, hold on. I got another one here. Trump has also ended a waiver that allows Iraq to buy electricity from Iran. I didn't know that. Again, there is so much stuff going on about the relationships between the countries in the Middle East that don't make any sense, for one thing, but that also allow them to continue their terrorist ways. And Donald Trump is now saying, now, wait a minute, we're going to end the waiver that allows Iraq to buy electricity from Iran, trying to choke off the profits to Iran. There'll be his maximum pressure campaign. The administration goes on an effort to prevent acquiring a nuclear weapon. And by the way, in fact, Donald Trump right here, this is starting to make me a little nervous because all of a sudden Donald Trump's been talking about nuclear weapons in Iran almost every day. And in fact, he's warned that monster nuclear weapons are the biggest threat to humanity and could end the world tomorrow. The greatest threat, he told Fox over the weekend, the greatest threat sitting on shelves in countries called nuclear weapons. And while he said, and by the way, here's the difference again. He said, Donald Trump said, I watched former President Biden for years say the existential threat is the climate. No, the existential threat is they don't talk about the dangers of nuclear war. China will be the third power behind Russia and America, number 3, but he believes that China will catch up within 8 or 10 years. And so then we'll have, and if Iran gets one, they'll use it. I don't have any doubt that Iran would be very happy to use a tactical nuclear weapon and see what happens, and see whether the world would allow America to blow them off the face of the freaking earth.
I thought they were waiting for that Mahdi to show up before they did something like that.
Well, I mean, you can't understand these people. I mean, when you're born into a culture that believes what they believe, I mean, it doesn't make any, I don't know. I mean, you can't talk to these people. 411 already. Holy cow. By the way, 4 o'clock hour brought to you, our friends at Atlanta Safe House, home of the Kimmer Safes. Absolutely. Keep your medical records in there, unlike the Kimmer down in Florida. But your living will and your financial stuff and your pictures and things you want to save, silly. They have almost 200 of them at their showroom in Ackworth at Industrial Boulevard and on the web, atlantasafehouse.com. By the way, no sales tax when you buy a gun safe. No sales tax at atlantasafehouse.com. 404-741-1230. Oh, by the way, Elon Musk says, I'm sick and tired of you people complaining that I'm sympathetic to Russia and Putin. Elon Musk says, I have no time for you idiots. In fact, Elon is now actually bragging that he once challenged Putin to a one-on-one fight, physical combat. Musk laid out a support for Ukraine and called for immediate peace. He said, I literally challenged Putin to one-on-one physical combat over Ukraine, and my Starlink system is the backbone of the Ukrainian army. Referring to the satellite internet service provided by his rocket company SpaceX, proven useful in disaster zones. Remember when disaster would happen in the Carolinas? Was it also California? I don't even remember now, where Starlink came in to save an awful lot of activity to make it a lot better to get to the people who needed help. And he said, he gives this to Ukraine. He said, their entire front line would collapse if I turned it off. What I'm sickened by is years of slaughter in a stalemate that Ukraine will inevitably lose. Anyone who really cares, really thinks, and really understands wants a meat grinder to stop. Peace now. He actually did start. When the war started, he said, I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to single combat. Stakes are Ukraine. And I am absolutely serious. And by the way, I'll bet he's pretty good at it, too. And, of course, that little Martian, the guy from Facebook, what's his name? Zuckerberg. He's apparently a trained, I'm not sure they're trained MMA fighters, but I think Elon Musk might be. I think Elon Musk has had a lot of very serious self-defense and aggressive physical combat training.
I hope they don't hit him in the head.
Yeah, but can you imagine if something? Can you imagine if something?
Not in the face. Not in the face.
Oh, mercy. 4:13. Let's do a tweet. We'll do Pete's tweets next. Coming out here at 4:13 break. Also, more Flounders Funnies and Holy Crap at Sports. And in fact, Falcons have made a big deal. They got rid of a star player.
Two
of them. Oh well, another two big. Well, here we go. It's all coming up. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder on your Monday. Let her rip Monday, absolutely. 106.3. Look out.
Time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
We all know that there's a big kerfuffle over tariffs. Oh my goodness, cars are going to be more expensive. Price of food is going to go up, but the media will not tell you the other side of this story. Why is Trump doing this? It's about fentanyl. How bad is fentanyl? How many of you right now can tell me how many people die of fentanyl overdose in a given year? How many? The answer, 70,000 people. Slightly more than the number that die in automobile accidents. 70,000. Fentanyl is the number one killer in the United States of people between 18 and 45 years old. Number one killer. And Trump is trying to stop this with these tariffs on China and on Mexico and on Canada. And you're running around in circles and screaming and shouting, oh my God, a car is going to be more expensive. Can you give me a figure for the losses our country suffers because of this fentanyl thing? It's in the trillions. But Canada, Mexico, how are they involved? Well, China produces the precursor chemicals that are needed to produce fentanyl. They ship them to Mexico, where they control many of the ports, and they also make their way into Canada, where Mexican drug cartels turn these chemicals into fentanyl and ship them across the border into the United States. Really easy from Canada, because it's a long border and Canada is doing very little to stop this. Maybe that will change with these tariffs. Cost Canada, cost Mexico some money. Let's see what happens. Yes, painful for some people in the United States. So are 70,000 deaths a year. Too bad the Democrat media won't lay this all out for you. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
Hi, my name is Steve from Marietta, and we hired ATL Turfco to build our dream backyard golf setup. They installed a large 4-hole putting green, a sand bunker, a short game area, and did a full conversion to artificial grass around the pool with decorative retaining walls. ATL Turfco was really creative. They were efficient. The installation was a breeze. Price was completely reasonable, and I definitely appreciated their communication throughout the project. I would definitely recommend ATL Turfco to anybody thinking about doing a backyard makeover. You can check them out online right now at atlturfco.com.
Central Heating and Air Conditioning wants you to know the start of the new season is the perfect time to ensure your home's comfort. Don't wait like most people do to have your HVAC system serviced. Your home should have maintenance twice a year. Maintenance helps keep your system running at peak efficiency and extends the life of your equipment. So turn to Atlanta's Carrier experts for your system's maintenance. With Central, you get Carrier products, Carrier warranty, and Carrier peace of mind. It's allergy season, and Central Heating and Air can fix what ails your house and possibly your family with home ventilation and air quality products. Central has packages designed around health using variable speed, fresh air ventilation, air cleaners, air purifiers, dehumidifiers, and more. Central Heating and Air is one of the few second-generation, locally owned and operated HVAC companies in Atlanta. With Central, you're not just a number, you're a member of the family. It's been that way since 1947, and they've serviced over 100,000 customers right here in Atlanta. Call 770-GET-HEAT or go to centralheat.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Have you thought about securing your hard-earned assets? Do you have concerns about the future? Protecting assets is crucial, and that's where Nelson Elder Care Law excels. As a family-owned and family-focused firm, we provide absolute assurance and peace of mind through our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust, tailored services in estate planning, probate administration, Medicaid crisis solutions, guardianship, and conservatorship. Our goal is to exceed your expectations and empower informed decisions. Visit NelsonElderCareLaw.com for asset protection and peace of mind.
Country fans, Dixie Chicks, you know, they were huge and popular, and then it was on this day in 2003 in London on foreign soil. Dixie Chicks lead singer Natalie Maines said the Dixie Chicks were ashamed that the President of the United States is from Texas. This was during the run-up to the invasion of Iraq. The comment sparked intense controversy, outrage. Large share of country music fans said that's the ball game for the Dixie Chicks. And, you know, again, on foreign soil, Bruce Springsteen did the same damn thing when he's over on foreign soil, bashing America and conservative. I mean, fine, you know, then you suffer the consequences. And, you know, say what you want, free speech and everything, defend with your life, you know, the right to say it. But again, you're still an idiot. Okay. Birthdays include the little Sharon Stone. Oh, my God, Sharon Stone.
Overrated.
Overrated as an actress or a beautiful woman?
Beautiful woman. She's a good actor.
I would call her a handsome woman.
She's handsome.
I wouldn't call her a bombshell, but I think she's definitely hot. I mean, she's hot. She's attractive. She had good body. I mean, she's pretty and good.
You were going to say good feet, weren't you? You were going to say good feet. You almost said.
Oh my God, you have a foot fetish, Mister.
You said good, and you stopped. We can play the tape back.
Good features. Sharon Stone is 67. Well, I don't know. That's amazing.
She looks good for 67. Wow. I'll give her that.
Yeah. And on this day in history, it was 1849. An attorney in the Midwest filed a patent for an inflatable airbag to lift grounded boats off of a sandbar. 1849. That would have been huge. This was, again, you know, the Mississippi River area, stuff like that. This attorney, however, the inventor, was too busy pursuing politics, and he never developed the invention to inflatable airbag to get boats off a sandbar. The inventor was Abe Lincoln. And he never got to bring it to fruition because, you know, he had that presidential thing and all that stuff. Hold everything, 421. Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. We got Babylon B stuff coming up. We got memes. We got tweets. We got stuff. We got people reacting to all the weird stuff in the news. And we have this little thing with Pete Davis. We're going to look up some stuff here to find out what's happening with our own Pete's tweets.
We're now living in daylight saving time. You can tell by all the bitching and moaning you're hearing from all these first worlders out there. Here's a handy guide to changing the clocks if you haven't done it already.
All right,
Been putting it off.
All right. Yeah.
If you have a smartphone, leave it alone. It does it by magic.
Right. Mine did. Yeah.
If you have a sundial, move one house to the left.
Oh, all right, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you wait a second, some a-hole's trying to call me here. Hold on a second. Let me turn that down.
There we go.
And I'll block them later.
That's all right.
If you have an oven, forget it. You'll need a master's degree in electronic engineering or a hammer.
Yeah, well.
And if you want to change the clock on your car radio, it's not worth it. Just wait 6 months.
Yeah, it'll be back.
It'll come back. More Meatloaf tweets. Had to tell my wife I couldn't do dishes anymore because President Trump made it illegal for guys to compete in women's sports.
Oh, sport dishes, yes.
Libs of TikTok reports over 165 school employees have been arrested or sentenced in the first 3 months of this year on charges of child sex crimes, 165. But no, there's no pedophile crisis in our schools right now.
Holy smokes.
First, not even 2.5 months, and they've already done it to 165. If you shop for food at Walmart, you see a 5-pound bag of potatoes, you may want to weigh it first. And they got, little weight things, scales around there to do it. Yeah. Wall Street Apes tweets several times they've weighed the bag, and it turns out it's under 4 pounds. And potatoes aren't the only products coming up short.
Now, why would this is Walmart we're talking? Their grocery section at Walmart?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't make it. Why would that can't be good.
Just weigh everything. Don't trust anybody at this point.
Geez.
And Mike, the engineer, wants you to know the 7 things every kid needs to hear.
Every kid needs to hear 7 things. Here they are.
1, I love you.
All right.
2, I'm proud of you. 3, I'm sorry. 4, I forgive you. 5, I'm listening. 6, communism has failed every time it was tried. 7, you've got what it takes. And Bart says, if I get into bed with you and start snuggling, all you got to do is snuggle back. It helps me fall asleep. Don't start asking me how I got into your house either. It destroys the moment.
It's not the same if you're in prison. If you're in prison, it's a whole different reaction to the cuddling at the last minute. Pete Davis and Pete's tweets. 424, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. This story broke late Friday about the auto signature of Joe Biden, and it's gotten legs over the weekend and again even today after the Heritage Foundation found they examined the signatures, and Joe Biden apparently only signed one actual paper with his actual signature. The rest was done by somebody on the staff with the auto pen. So now the Attorney General, I believe it's the Attorney General, or Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey, is asking for an investigation to find out whether someone who was unelected and had no business was able to sign a presidential directive, including one in 2022 that safeguarded abortion during emergency situations. Another was to close offices to honor Jimmy Carter. One after another, and Joe Biden never signed them. So, now the question is, did he authorize? And again, what did he? He didn't authorize anything. He wasn't the president for 4 years. And again, we just told you the story. $300 million went to children, loans from the small business people to children, $312 million to children under the age of 12, whose Social Security numbers don't match. And a 157-year-old guy got a loan for $36,000. He's 157, got a loan for $36,000. Yeah, he'll probably pay that back if you can find him. Of course, he's been dead for 50 years.
And imagine if the midterms are in 4 years, the Democrats get back in power. They're going to double down on this corruption to make up for what they've lost.
Yeah. In fact, let's do it again. Let's play that sound by Flounder. If you get this tranny woman, this is disgusting, and I want to warn you about it. But Pete just mentioned something very important. We mentioned at the top of the show. They're doubling down. They're not getting better. They're getting worse. They did not learn a lesson about what happened with the election. The left has gone even farther left, and no one's come forward to be the new leader other than that idiot Jasmine Crockett, who's a freaking nutbag. So let her be the new leader. We'd love that, frankly. But again, on International Women's Day over the weekend, people are slamming former President Joe Crime Family, the pervert, the child molester, for his, calling out all women who are all part of you, the incredible women and opportunity equality for all, including, of course, the trannies, and putting women having to put up with boys and girls' sports and all this kind of stuff, eroding women's rights. If you take over a woman's space with a man, the woman can't succeed, humiliating women one after another, and then this is unbelievable. This was a woman. Hold on, I gotta get the story here. This was a tranny, a former guy, a man named, let's see, his current name is Grace, somebody Grace. He was doing a performance along with Senator Bernie Sanders, who wanted to be your latex salesman and president, with a big rally, and Flounder had to edit the crap out of this, and it's still disgusting. This is a tranny, a former guy who pretends he's a girl, who was trying to make God into basically a rapist and a sexual abuser. With untoldly methods of the way he could do it. With that, again, I'm warning you. The problem is you need to hear that these people are still saying things like this, taking on God, for God's sakes, with Bernie Sanders, one of the leading Democrats in America. Flounder, if you will.
God have a big fat because it feels like he's f***ing me. Are his balls filled with lightning too big and like heaven's keys? Does your God have a big fat because it feels like he's f***ing me?
Again, out loud, in public, with Bernie Sanders. How is it possible that somebody didn't go over and rip that guitar out of his hands and hit him over the head with it? I mean, give war a chance, my God, man. And by the way, how come God's not just sending down some lightning strikes? I mean, seriously. Boy, he's got to have the patience of God, I guess.
Job.
Job. Well, he made the whole thing. So I was going to say Job, and well, that's kind of silly. God talking about Job. But again, these trends, this is unbelievable. And
you can do anything to your own body as long as you're not hurting anybody else. It's America. Do what you want. Be as crazy as you want. But when you came after the kids and you tried to police our language and tell us what we could say, that's when you hit the enemies list. That's when you become a freak and we don't care about you anymore. Yeah. And bad things happen to you. Who cares?
And again, this business with Biden and the auto signature thing, who's running the stuff, this whole country is gone. And this is all his fault. This is all not his. He didn't do it. He was the puppet that did it. The idiot leftist went so far with this whole woke gender business for 4 years. And we're still suffering. God, we may suffer for this. And again,
it's
you're
a nightmare.
Right. If Congress ever goes back Democrat, if the House ever gets Democrat, they're going to pass that resolution number 1, and this is all going to be gone.
Well, there'll be a civil war because no one's going to put up with that. I'm not living under them.
And again,
they take over everything. I'm not living under that.
Donald Trump was right. If we don't use the commercials, the video of those Democrats sitting on their hands when he was talking about some of the most heartwarming events that happened in America, that should have been a reaction for everybody applauding and cheering what America's accomplished, then, boy, if they don't use that stuff for commercials, they're nuts.
This may be a great time to do this, but Trina, who just found you again.
Oh, Trina, I remember Trina.
She says she would like a shout out and also for her son Brooks, who's battling the flu right now. So we hope Brooks is
Oh, for goodness sake. Well, I remember Trina. Trina used to contact us. But was that podcast days and back in a while? I mean, this is
no, she's listened to you for a long time.
I remember Trina from way back. And I don't know how, what's her son's name? Brooks. Has the flu. Well, I'm sure he'll get a little chicken soup and some plenty of hugs and kisses from ginger ale. That's
saltine
right.
Crackers,
saltines and ginger ale. My mother used to make the best tomato soup. Anyway, I used to get to watch all the soap operas.
It was Campbell's tomato soup.
It was Campbell's tomato, and she put a little milk in it just to take a little touch off. 4:31. Kim, Pete, and Flounder. How's your Monday right here?
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the XTRA 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the XTRA 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
HGI Wealth Advisors is your financial defense partner, preparing you for the unexpected when the inevitable happens in life. Our tailored strategies empower families to build wealth, generate infinite income, and mitigate taxes, fees, and penalties. At HGI Wealth Advisors, we help you transfer wealth while creating an everlasting legacy. Our goal is to ensure you meet your financial needs today, tomorrow, and into retirement. Our experienced team is committed to ensuring your legacy endures for generations to come. Learn more at hgiwealthadvisors.com.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm actually looking forward to going back to Dr. Dina Giesler, my official Kimmer dentist. Atlanta Smiles is the name of her practice. Again, this is like going to a spa. A huge difference between some of the modern dental practices have this big corporate kind of, conveyor belt. I don't know what's going on. There's a whole difference. Dr. Dina, I've known her for 30 years, been going to her for years and years. She has this, she has a guy doctor there too, but she has this whole staff filled with women who, honestly, they make the place brighter. They're happy, they're professional, they love their country, they love what they do, and they make sure you're taken care of when you're in their care. Honestly, you'll smile when you go in and smile when you go out. If you're looking for cosmetic things from veneers or cleaning bridges, crowns, all that stuff, including a thing she's doing, building a little thing, got a thing down there, with AI, modern technology. And don't forget the doggy. Yeah, she has a little doggy there. Maybe you'll be lucky if you want a little doggy to take a nap while you're getting your work done at the dentist. Darndest thing you ever saw. Happiest place you ever saw. I'm telling you, I can't make it. By the way, she's a veteran, or maybe a dentist, and so veterans get 10% off the top. Here's the number, 404-262-7733. They got your smile waiting for you. AtlantaSmiles.com.
For half a century, glyphosate has affordably and effectively protected Georgia farmers' crops from invasive weeds. Without it, the impact would be felt beyond the fields, hitting Americans where it hurts, our wallets. That's why the Modern Ag Alliance advocates for farmers' continued access to essential crop protection tools so food prices don't rise even more. Get the facts at controlweedsnotfarming.com. Paid for by the Modern Ag Alliance in support of Georgia farmers.
Hey, it's Tug. When it comes to your home, Southern Exteriors has you covered. Roofing, siding, gutters, windows. If it's on the outside, they do it all. For over 20 years, they've been the go-to for homeowners across the South. And right now, you can get 0% financing for 12 months or 10% off any job. Don't wait. Call 877-9-SOUTHERN or visit southernexteriors.co today. Southern Exteriors, where the outside matters most.
Hey there, I'm Tara, owner and publisher of Our Town Monthly, Cobb's favorite family lifestyle magazine. Partnering with our community and local businesses is what we love to do. Check out what's happening at the Avenue West Cobb.
Hey everyone, I'm Alondra. The Avenue West Cobb is just a short drive from Atlanta. Discover the dynamic mix of premium national brands like J. Jill and J. Crew, plus unique local realtors and delicious restaurants, including Lazia and Jim and Nick's. And don't forget our exciting events. Our bunny photos and our annual spring festival is just around the corner, and Puppy Fun at Paul's Fest is this summer. The Avenue is a vibrant destination with entertainment for the whole family. For the latest details, please visit us at theavenuewestcobb.com.
Sounds amazing. Friends, I'll see you at the Avenue West Cobb. Remember, our town is your town at Our Town Monthly.
Being in an accident really bites. You need people around you that are going to make the whole process easier to deal with. I just described David Van Sant at Van Sant Law. He used to work for the insurance companies. What an advantage. He knows who to call, what to say, and they're not going to pull the wool over his eyes. Give him a call. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY, vansantlaw.com, 855
to the slime bag world. I think it's a Prince Edward, 61 years old today. And on this day in history, it was after years of being arrested and detained by his colonial government In India, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi is arrested on this day in 1922 for the most serious charge yet, sedition. Nicknamed Mahatma, which means the great souled one, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Because of a bout of appendicitis, Gandhi was released from prison for medical reasons, served 2 years. For the rest of his life, he continued promoting nonviolent resistance and fighting oppressive colonizers. He died. Gandhi lived to see the Indian Home Rule in 1947, but died the next year when he was assassinated in New Delhi by a Hindu extremist in January 1948. Gandhi. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Which, I'm sorry, you all right, sir? What do you got? You okay?
Trina is from the Tattoos Day. She got the tattoo.
Oh, my God, that's right. Trina. In fact, Trina, I'm going to say something really stupid here.
Don't. Her son's listening.
No, she was one of the most beautiful girls I've ever... Was she the one whose daddy called in or was concerned about her? I think wasn't that Trina? And I think her father was upset about her, or was thinking about her or something or other. There were two there, and I think she was one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen. Sweet and just a beautiful, beautiful young lady. I was very impressed, and just a wonderful, classy Southern young lady. I was very impressed with her. And smitten, she was a beautiful girl. That's all I remember. That's all I was saying. 4:39 at Kimmer, Pete, Flounder. Anyway, welcome back, Trina, and I hope your son's better, too. I really seriously do that. A couple of breaking things. You know the former talk show host, Wendy Williams. She is in a dementia care living assistance facility in New York. And she was taken away by ambulance after somebody saw her toss a handwritten note out her 5th-story window which said, "Help, Wendy." And that was this morning. Wendy Williams diagnosed with dementia. She's been off her show, been off TV for like 4 years, holed up in the memory ward, trying to fight her court-ordered guardianship because she wants that to end so she can be back on her own. She walked out of the facility with a couple of cops, put her into an ambulance, took her to the hospital. Her former co-producer talked about it, and her guardian says she's become cognitively impaired, permanently disabled, and incapacitated from dementia. And she was supposed to go back on TV on Friday for The View, her first daytime appearance since her leave of absence from her own Wendy Williams show 4 years ago. And again, she had a note that said, "Help, Wendy," and I don't know, doesn't look too good. Anyway, and again, what a terrible... In fact, I just read somewhere they may have come up with some new discoveries about what are the proteins or what are the chemicals that leads to dementia.
They also say we've been eating so much plastic and drinking plastic that we have a spoonful of plastic in our brains.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, and molecules are, and again, water, there you are. Water bottles. Anyway, it's a bummer. Let's see, 440. A couple of weird things in the news, and I'm going to talk about that TV show Love is Blind. I've never seen it, but if it's making getting an awful lot of publicity, and the whole thing makes me freaking ill, and I think it's a sign that we're going to be going to robots. I wish I could live long enough to get my first robot, who would be an old-fashioned girl, an old-fashioned woman, who would be sweet and happy and smart and funny and want to be with you and would sit in my lap and wrap her arms around me and call me baby.
You want to hear something
so much
funny?
To ask. I'm sorry. Yes, go ahead.
You want to hear something weird that happened Friday or Saturday night? I was sitting there and I was doing a crossword puzzle and I was stuck.
Yeah.
It was what's the Latin word for talc? Okay.
Talc?
So I go...
Talcum,
talcum,
talcumbi, something like that, tacumdus.
I think it's onyx or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
So I asked what's her face? Not Siri. What's the other? Alexa. I asked Alexa. Alexa says, "I don't know Latin at this moment."
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
So I asked Siri on my phone, and Siri answered. And as soon as she answered, guess who popped back on again? Alexa, and repeated her answer.
Oh, my
She learned from Siri, or she got jealous because Siri knew the answer and she didn't. And all of a sudden, she could speak Latin.
and she was listening to your phone call to someone.
Well, she was still
else.
kind of on because they stay on a few seconds in case you ask a second question. And then she said, but by the way, there's a new improved version of me coming. I'll let you know when we're ready.
All right, it's over.
What's the new one going to do? Come over to your house?
In fact, every day, Glenn Beck again today, he said, I'm going to portion of my show talk about this AI stuff. And he said, once again, there were examples of things where you were going to say, okay, AI, do my job for me. And it will. So
you're not going to know what a film, whether it's real or not, whether the film is real, the video is real, the photo is real. You won't be able to tell in a few years.
Yeah.
Oh, hell, not a few years, next year.
And we already know that they can just record my voice right now, and I'll never be I could never be hired again. They could have me do a show any way they could. The AI could arrange to have my voice do a talk show as a screaming liberal, as a tranny, as a white supremacist. I mean, it could be anything. If they can get your voice and they can make your voice sound with inflections and everything else and the I mean, my God. What?
That's going to be our excuse when we say something really stupid.
That wasn't me, man. Sorry, no, that was not me, Your Honor. I swear to God. It was not me. Oh, Lordy. I mean, seriously.
Prove it's not me.
It's freaking scary. I mean, what's the point of going to school? I mean, if you're a businessman and you say, gee, I want to find out what the best way is to market my widget against the competition that's got this, then you go to AI and say, I want you to give me everything you know about my competition and then tell me how I can best beat my competition in the same market for the same product. And AI will do it. So why have a marketing director? Why have anybody who went to business school?
Which could be interesting. Which business decides we're going to throw our fate in the hands of AI? Who's going to take that trusting leap first?
And again, no more. Why would you need anything other than an assistant to type it in for you, or a secretary to look it in or log it in?
Why would you need that?
I don't know, Greg. If you could do it all by voice, then you'd just have a little box in front of you and a little microphone in the box, and you could just sit there. Okay, give me my plan for next week, would you please? Appreciate it. And
imagine how fat
by the way, you could also do it from the golf course.
Yeah.
Or the spot, or the, I mean, a lot of places. That's unbelievable. I mean, my God, what? And in fact, that leads me to this. Well, we'll get to that later. This Love is Blind thing. Honestly, I mean, the way people are trying to find love and marriage, and it's just absolutely horrible. All right, but before we get to that, how about instead of marriage and love, how about kinkiness? Remember the girl, you won't remember the name, Megan Hall, 29-year-old, married former Tennessee police officer in Laverne, Tennessee. She has now got a new job. She got fired, still lives with her husband in a expensive house. And Megan Hall was accused of and was proven to have been part of in the national headline, wild sexcapades with a half a dozen male officers in her station house. She sued the department because it was like a Girl Gone Wild episode. She was having an affair with one of the sergeants, had trysts with other cops, including a threesome with one officer and the officer's wife, a hot tub-themed Girls Gone Wild party, sexual encounters on the job, in police cars and everywhere else. And she got caught and got fired, and she sued, and she won $500,000 because she says they groomed her. She tried to stop, and they pressured her, and she said, finally, I caved in. I couldn't I gave in. Well, it sounds a little iffy. Anyway, she and her husband still co-own the house. They may not be living together, but anyway, now she's got a new job. They showed her on the sidewalk with her doggie, and she apparently is wearing scrubs. And because Megan Hall, let's see, she was licensed to work as a pharmacy tech in 2018 before she became a cop. And now she's back working as a pharmacy tech at the Tennessee Department of Health. And I wonder, oh my God, I wonder how they feel about that, if anything, and whether, that stuff kind of follows you around. Anyway, 446, Kara, Pete, and Flounder, and Love is Blind. Yeah, not unless she starts talking to you. Not unless you believe it. Yeah, what?
Let's don't start shaming the sluts again.
No, I'm not slut shaming at all. Believe me. In fact, I'm all in favor. And by the way, no, never mind. At my stage. Yeah, God bless you, ladies. 446, Kara, Pete, and Flounder. I don't think anybody's that slutty to call the camera. I don't know.
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Tug, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
Hamas needs to be destroyed, wiped off the map. And Donald Trump may just be the president that would support that. Israel has every right to seek the utter destruction of Hamas.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Boy, you know, with all the talk about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and healthy eating and stuff like that, if you're looking for a good health insurance program, I got the guy for you. It's a health insurance doctor introducing Trump Care. This is really important. You know, things are trying to get better and healthier and everything else. Well, if you need a plan to take care of your family, maybe you have a small business, or if you're self-employed, or you have this COBRA thing, whatever, the health insurance doctor's name is Stephen, has this stuff where he can save families and other people in various programs up to 60% on annual premiums every single year. How about no deductible, no forking over the $50 when you show up at the doctor, but going to a doctor you want to go nearby, maybe the hospital you want to see nearby, available year-round plans, no worried about these subsidies. I don't know about that stuff. Do you know about subsidies? Well, the health insurance doctor looks at all those fine print data, files and charts and tables and all that stuff to figure out exactly what you want at a price you can afford with no IRS penalties. Been doing this for decades. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Look them up on the web, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
True Prep on Cobb Parkway is your one-stop shop for emergency preparedness supplies, including freeze-dried food, water filtration, first aid, and more. They also have a large selection of firearms, including a huge selection of AR-15s, firearm accessories, and ammo at the lowest prices around. They're locally owned and operated, and you can visit their store in Marietta on Cobb Parkway or online at trueprep.com. That's TRUprep.com. Prepare today for a worry-free tomorrow at True Prep.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Hi, this is Bruce Hagen.
And this is Matt Hagen.
And at Hagen Law, family matters.
We're not just lawyers. We're a father and son team committed to providing personalized legal representation for our clients.
And it's important to me that we are a family-run business. If you've been in an accident or injured, make us your first call. We treat every case with the care and attention it deserves.
With over 50 years experience of helping people, we are here to guide you every step of the way through your personal injury case.
Hagen Law is a family firm where family matters, and we're going to treat you like your family.
You can find everything you need to know at hagen-law.com.
Hey, Georgia neighbors, it's time to expect more from your Medicare Advantage. Discover Sonder Health's custom plans tailored just for Georgians. Saunders offers unique benefits, including special plans for those living with chronic conditions. Some plans even come with grocery or gas benefits to support your overall well-being. Sonder Health makes it easy to get the coverage you need. See for yourself what today's Medicare Advantage can do for you. Visit SonderHealthPlans.com, a healthier state of life. Sonder Health Plans is an HMO and PPO with Medicare contracts. Enrollment in Sonder Health Plans depends on contract renewal.
There we go. What I got now? Hold on, the stinking phone. Come on there, you stinking rotten. There we go. There we go. 4:51, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Little Andy Gibb. The younger brother of the Bee Gees, Andy Gibb, died in the hospital on this day from myocarditis, inflammation of the heart, after a long battle with cocaine addiction weakened his heart. And in fact, I've got hold on. I'm sorry. I got a lot more information on this, too, because I was going to do it as part of a history thing, so I might as well do that for you now. If I could only find Mr. Gibb. Oh, God, I hate when I do this. I just hate when I do it. Here we go. He was 30 years old, 19 years old when he had the youthful pop in 1977 spring debut. He had a singer in the 70s, Shadow Dancing, #1 song on Billboard. Earlier, he had Love Is Thicker Than Water, I Just Want to Be Your Everything. The string of 3 hits with his first 3 releases, a record that still stands today. 3 #1 hits in his first 3 releases. Then he got into drugs and alcohol. By the 80s, it was pretty bad. He got kicked out of Solid Gold and Joseph and the Telecats Technicolor Dreamcoat shows. And he entered the hospital in England on a couple days ago in 1988 before the 10th and died from viral infection. And by the way, his mother, Barbara Gibbs, said Andy died, but it had nothing to do with the drugs. But the damage had been done through the drugs in the first place. But he died from a viral infection. Anyway, Andy.
You know who he was dating at the time, before that.
Was that the, I don't remember. If I knew, I don't remember.
Victoria Principal.
Oh, my. Yeah. I know you liked her. I was never a big fan of her. I mean, she's, Anyway. Sorry, Andy. I have a thing here. And our birthday. Oh, hold on. Phone calls take priority. We got a couple of Bambos here. Martin, you're on the radio. Happy Monday, Martin. How's it going? What's up, man?
Sam, it's a great Monday.
Yes, sir.
The sun is out.
Sun is yeah.
So on the Department of Homeland Security, number one, you're not secure going through the airport. But anyhow, you know that. I mean, hell, they busted up the gun operation in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But what they need to do is they need to open some job openings for federal employees. They have to have a minimum aptitude, preferably a second language, a few other requisites of aptitude, demonstrating aptitude, okay?
Yeah.
And then, run them all through the background, do the testing, the polygraph.
Well, now you're being ridiculous, Martin. I mean, come on.
And then hire them and fire all of Department of Homeland Security.
Well,
fire every damn one of them.
Oh, golly.
They're all corrupt.
Well,
I know that sounds, a little ambitious.
Fairly severe. Fairly severe. Well, we're going to get to. We're
ambitious.
Well, Martin, thank you. Another great idea. And again, they're sure getting to the bottom of all this stuff. I mean, again, $300 million loaned to children under the age of 12 by Joe Biden. 5,600 loans to children under the age of 12 with no Social Security matching numbers by Joe Biden as part of his small business COVID plan. How come we didn't get any money? Wait, man, we should have gotten that money. Anyway. Oh, my God. Rick the Painter. It's Rick the Painter, 455. We'll mark this down. Hello, Rick. How's it going, man?
Hey, Kim, hey, brother. Hey, about the time changing this weekend.
Yeah, the time,
I did all my clocks and changed them ahead and forward. But I have one clock that doesn't work at all.
Oh, no.
But for 1 minute, twice a day, it's perfectly right.
For what? Twice a day? Oh, even if, so twice. I'll be darned.
Yeah, I've got one more, Kim, one more.
Oh, please do. Yeah, we can't leave us short here.
I just want to remind you that every mirror that you have ever bought was used.
So someone else first. God. Thank you. Rick the Painter, ladies and gentlemen. No.
Kimmer.
Yeah.
My doctor told me my prostate was good.
Your prostate was good? How did? Oh, really?
I was deeply touched.
Deeply touched, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, mercy. Just in, Pete Davis. Yes, WNBA players demand to be paid what they're worth, and now they owe the NBA $400 million.
You bastard. You couldn't have waited 20 more minutes.
You're going to do it in sports, and you were not going to do that.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Well, in fact, there's got one more Babylon Bee, because International Women's Day, we mentioned a few minutes ago. This International Women's Day, the Babylon Bee honors Eve's historic choice to plunge the world into sin. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to... Anyway, 4:57. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. Actually, another news story. Here we go. Donald Trump is demanding an investigation. Oh, no, that was wrong. Sorry, this is a brand. Here we go. Donald Trump's education departments announced 60 more colleges and universities today will be having their federal funding taken away over Jew-hating harassment, including 60 more warned, including Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Rutgers, Newark, Sarah Lawrence, State University of New York, the New School, and Wellesley. Federal anti-Jew-hating task force pulled back $400 million from Columbia, you remember, a couple of days ago, and now they're going after a whole bunch more, 60 of them on the ticket. Warned. You're next. I love it. Also, let's see. Oh, that guy, 450. We don't have time. We got Flounder's Funny. We'll come up. That Jew hater got caught at Columbia and arrested. The first of many arrests coming up. First of all, Flounder's got a little Flounder's Funny here for us, I think, probably. So.
Well, I'm happy Trump's 2-0 against women. Which does send a message to young women, like, you can still do anything in this world, not be president, but you could be a female Black Hawk helicopter pilot. You could always... I hear they're looking for some of those. So... What, is something happening? She probably doesn't know about it. She was probably doing air traffic control at the time. You is coming in hot. Pull up.
Uh-oh.
God, it was a Black Hawk. It should have been a White Hawk. No, at first they came out and they said it was a transgender helicopter pilot. And I was like, Trump was right. And then they came out, they're like, no, it was just a biological female. I was like, Trump was right.
Mr. Ben Bankus.
Oh, there you go.
He's a funny new guy. He's Canadian, but I don't know if he's an actual Trump supporter, but he has a lot of funny comments on Canada and the tariffs and all that stuff. So
and
I'll
in fact,
get more of them.
Coming up a little bit, you'll hear more we'll tell you more about the new Canadian Prime Minister who says we're not being a 51st state. Sorry, people, it's over. Anyway, more international stuff, including slaughter in Syria, going after Christians and women. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 5 o'clock, Holy Crap at Sports, and all more coming up here right after the top of the hour. Look out.
Across Georgia on the XTRA 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. XTRA 106.3.
This is a Fox News alert. More pain on the street. I'm Lisa Brady. A sell-off gets worse on Wall Street. The Dow dropping 890 points after losing more than 1,100 during the session, with recession fear fueled by tariffs. But House Majority Whip Tom Emmer tells Fox News.
The markets are going to have all kinds of different things going on, but yes, we are going to stay the course because this country's future depends on it. Why should Americans not have free and full access to markets around the world when we give all of those other folks access to our markets right here?
President Trump has said he wants to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. The president meeting today with top tech CEOs from HP, IBM, Intel, and Qualcomm.
Trump's tariffs have put the tech sector on edge, particularly those impacting China, that could tangle supply chains and complicate production. And while Trump has pushed to increase production here, he's also threatened to roll back the CHIPS Act that provides taxpayer-funded incentives to ramp up U.S. chip production. Instead, Trump has managed to secure billions of dollars in new plants from chip makers using tariffs, not taxpayer cash, as the incentive for investment.
Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn. Elon Musk says someone tried to take down X and that a foreign actor may be involved, just telling Fox Business's Larry Kudlow.
We're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the X system with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area.
He's also detailing and defending his DOJ efforts to cut government government waste in a live interview available again on the Kudlow podcast. Vice President Vance facing hecklers during a speech to the National League of Cities.
You're going to disagree with some of our policies. That's okay. Come and tell us when you disagree with our policies, and we'll have a conversation about it.
There was pushback in the crowd as Vance pointed to a correlation between increased immigration and rising housing prices while defending a crackdown on illegal immigration. America is listening to Fox News.
Heroes like Austin Reese have paid a high price for our freedom. Austin served 3 deployments to Iraq. He spent 13 years with the Navy Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit and became a military freefall instructor. But in what was thought to be a routine jump, something went terribly wrong. Austin was left paralyzed. Tunnel to Towers built Austin a specially adapted smart home. Help heroes. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Surprise! Your expenses this month were way higher than you expected. Also, you forgot to renew your website domain, and now you're in a bidding war.
You should see the look on your face.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Plus, the fridge died in the break room, and now everything smells weird. All right.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right up like, ready on your dog target. Help, they live, help, road guards out. On standby. It's only me. Don't be afraid. 503. It's only the Kimmer with Pete Davis and Flounder. And you at 404-741-1230. 741-1230. It's 106.3. It's Monday. Daylight saving time in effect. Anybody have any problems? I mean, it's true that accidents happen more frequently. In fact, fatalities happen more frequently in accidents on the road. It's just, I know it doesn't make any sense. But if you look at the figures, it's true every single year. More people.
I think we make such a big deal about it. People get all worked up.
Maybe. It could be. That could be the reason. It could very well be the reason. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense to me, the 1 hour of your body clock. But, I'm just saying.
And everybody loves the extra hour at night.
Absolutely. Extra hour of daylight. This is why it should stay. Now, Arizona doesn't, and Hawaii, at least parts
Indiana.
of Arizona, don't change.
Parts of it.
Yeah,
Indiana had parts of it.
Let's see. 404-741-1230. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. And Flounder earlier entertained us with his weekend going with Mrs. Flounder to their special tea. They had a tea where they had little crumpets and literally cucumber sandwiches and fancy.
Are they
little
any good? I've never had a cucumber sandwich.
The ones that were there were delicious. And again, this restaurant is a Michelin star restaurant, so the guy's pretty good at what he does. So, and a little trivia question: do you know why they call it Michelin star?
Yeah, because Michelin, the tire company, wanted people to drive the cars and buy more tires, so they started raiding restaurants way out of Paris to get people to drive to them.
Yeah.
Is that? I'll be darned. I did not know that. And by the way, I'll tell you what I used to do. I used to take the big fat cucumbers, and I'd skin them.
Easy here.
Well, hello. And what do you call I'd peel them, so they just, and I would chop them up into thing, and I would have a bowl of a couple of cucumbers chopped up into slices with salt and mayonnaise.
I just had that without the mayonnaise.
Yep.
But it gives me the worst indigestion. I love cucumbers.
Of course it's acidy. Yeah, I mean, but again, it also cleans you out. I think it's probably one of the good parts.
It's a good source of fiber.
It's fiber. Yeah, it cleans you out. Yeah.
I got an experiment going, and I should have only done it for a week, and I've had it up there for over a month. It's basically you take a cucumber and you wet it, then you pour salt all over it and roll it up, and you roll it up in tin foil and put it in your fridge for a week. Yeah. And supposedly it makes a pickle.
Oh,
but I forgot about it, and it's been there a month. I don't know.
Oh, boy. I don't know if I'd open that at all. I got yowie. Oh, my gosh. Well, that's good. Anyway, I used to love cucumber. I used to eat them in a bowl with the salt and mayonnaise, or a salad dressing, light salad dressing. Yeah, absolutely. And I used to love cucumbers. If I made a salad and I had cucumbers, I'd definitely love cucumbers in my salads. a piece of chunks of
So let me get this straight.
cheese.
If you made a salad and you had cucumbers, you would definitely like cucumbers in your salad. Is that how it works?
Well, I would go to the store and look for the cucumbers and buy chunks of,
I bet you did.
Havarti cheese and things like that. By the way, we want to hear a weird thing. By the way, we got the news. Oh, and by the way, Pete, just as a tease, Pete Davis, we were mentioning earlier. In fact, Pete told me about this, and I had no idea it was true. Syria, there's a slaughter going on. The crazy nutbags in Syria that took over their slaughterous regime are now parading women naked through the streets, killing them, killing Christians. Anyway, that story, no one had heard about it because it was on buried in social media, and Pete found it somewhere. Well, now it's on the news. Fox News now has the story of the religious slaughter in Syria and how American, in fact, even the Greek foreign ministers warning Europe, keep a close eye on this stuff. They're working to gain acceptance in the West.
Great. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Syria has a sizable population of Orthodox Christians and other, I can't remember what this is, Gerapetratus, whatever that is. This guy insisted the international community demand they be included in the governance to be in peace. The release of sanctions should place mostly on a gradual basis. We need to see how it goes. Ethnic minorities are not included in the governance rule of law in Syria, so they're slaughtering them. As the ousted leader, death tolls vary, 1,000 of them in the last few days. The Network for Human Rights says they're killing hundreds of civilians, captured militants, parading them through the streets, women, children, boys, slaughtered, being killed. Killing of civilians in coastal areas in Syria must cease immediately. They grew up with groups of, who knows these freaking people? Anyway, so we got that going for us.
He's a former ISIS member.
Yeah, right.
He puts on a monkey suit, and all of a sudden he's respected. David Lammy, the Foreign Secretary of England, and he's a complete DEI moron. Just pledged £50 million to this guy. They're basically, Great Britain is financing him slaughtering Christians.
Yeah. It's 1,000 in the last few days. General principle.
Europe's lost.
Children.
Europe is lost.
What the hell's going on? How could they not remember what we bailed them out from in the 40s?
Oh, they hate us.
Seriously. They owe us. They owe us. They owe us peace. They owe us to say, wait a minute, we're not doing this stuff anymore. We saved them.
They hate their own. They hate Margaret Thatcher, and she saved their country. They hate her too.
God, it's unbelievable. A couple things, newsy things are happening. Elon Musk, you may have heard the 5 o'clock news, he's been under a cyber attack. And, of course, he's blaming George Soros and the other billionaires by the Democrats who are sponsoring the people, the trannies who are attacking his Musk dealerships and shooting his cars and stuff like that, by the way. Also, the Dow Jones went down almost about 900 points. And so people are saying, it's tumbling. Well, this is what we know is going to happen. Donald Trump, the president, has stopped the former administration's $3 billion electric vehicle postal truck plan. $3 billion to build electric postal trucks. And so far, Pete Davis, tell the little people so far how that program was working for the postal electric truck program.
That little commercial where the guy's fawning over them plugging in an electric truck.
They're loving it.
That one truck cost you $32 million.
$32 million, ladies and gentlemen. And again, the electric charging stations for like $6 billion or $7 billion. I think we've got 6 of them around the country, something like that.
Yeah, and this isn't even presenting what Stacey Abrams admitted to. She got $2 billion, and she says they used it to go to DeSoto, Georgia, down South Georgia, and basically what do you call it when you weatherize the house or something like that?
Make them antique.
They weatherized the house, and they gave them new appliances so they had a lower power bill. Okay, how much does it cost to weatherize a house and get new appliances? $25,000?
I think it's around $1 billion maybe to get the weather. You need strips, you need weather stripping, you need new windows.
Well,
God,
realistically, how much does it cost to
probably
do that?
$7,000, $8,000. I mean, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000,
$10,000 to $20,000
windows.
That means basically, where'd the other $17 million per house go?
Yeah, right. Again, I'll bet
who got that money?
They have to be able to find offshore accounts and payments somewhere up in the nether sphere of the. I mean, this is just not Right.
The nether sphere?
I don't know.
I'm going to use that. He's just coined a phrase.
Well, again, it's probably a thing. I mean, there's probably a nether sphere. I mean, seriously.
I think the nether sphere is down there,
well,
not
the netherland. I mean, it's a whole other thing of the
nether regions.
Oh, by the way, I thought this was an interesting figure. For the first time in almost 2 years, native-born Americans are getting more jobs than foreign-born workers.
Oh, Paris.
And remember, for the last 6 months of the former administration, they overfigured the employment records by 1 trillion%. They lied about them the whole time. And something like 85% of all the new jobs, which they bragged about bringing to America, were all from the federal government. They weren't 25%. New jobs at all. They just had the federal government open up and make more jobs. It wasn't new jobs at all. It was fake jobs.
2023, every new job, 25% of every new job was a federal government job.
Right. I mean, that's how deep that's how deep this not the smog. What do they call it? The swamp is.
Swamp. Priming the pump, basically, is what they were doing.
Unbelievable. By the way, can I make a quick a thing that I noticed this weekend, which is kind of really weird, before we go to Holy Crap at Sports? I watched part of a movie of the Jersey Boys. In fact, I watched quite a bit of the Jersey Boys. I'd never seen it on the what's his name?
Frankie Valli?
Frankie Valli and the Valley guys. And for the record, this is unbelievable. They had, in part of it, they had the Angels singing their famous song, My Boyfriend's Back. And a lot of the other performances where they had fake people pretending to be these other groups, in the Angels' performance, they had to change the lyrics of the chorus. The chorus of the original of the Angels song, My Boyfriend's Back, the chorus goes, hey, la-dee, la-dee, low, hey, la-dee, la-dee, low. The song in the movie Jersey Girls, all they said was, hey, la, hey, la. Clearly not the same chorus as the original song. How do you possibly explain that? And there were more examples of changing the wording just by a little bit. They couldn't get a copyright permission or something, maybe? I couldn't believe it.
Well, movies always change the original. The original content's always changed in a movie.
Oh, I also saw The Shining. I saw last 30 minutes of The Shining. I'd never seen it before. What a horrible movie. God. Drag everything out, chasing that little boy for 20 minutes through the tunnels. Oh, God.
Here's Johnny.
I don't know. Oh, Flounder sent me a message. Shut up. It's time for Pete, I think, probably. Anyway. More on...
No, we'll play that later, but that's Elon Musk on Joe Rogan talking about the astronauts and how the Biden administration wouldn't go get them.
Excellent. Flounder, once again, more good stuff. And Holy Crap at Sports next, 5:14. Kim Repeat, Flounder, it's your Monday. How you doing? What's up? What do you think?
The legend Neil Bortz is only on Extra 106.3. Hey, it's Pete, and here's what you missed from the Talkmaster.
So let me stop pussyfooting around and cut to the chase. The world needs to know that the United States is going to stand behind any country that fights terrorism, especially terrorism born of that rag picker who was wandering the Middle East several centuries ago and suddenly decided, hey, I'm going to start a new religion. Hamas is merely carrying out the mandates of Muhammad, disgrace be upon him, as set forth in the Quran. You don't start stopping them now. Where do you start? Let's see if they have any more fear of Donald Trump than they did of Joe Biden.
Catch Neil's commentary every day on Extra 106.3 or listen anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Coming up, we're going to talk about whether the defense is in a safe position now with the Falcons. But speaking of safe, yes, okay, that was terrible. I'll just edit that part out later. Atlanta Safe House, I tell you, I love these guys, Jeff and Mark and the whole crew. And before I forget, I want to make sure you understand, if you're, especially with the, summer coming up, vacations and stuff, if you're going away and you want to rent a safe, If they can do that for you, they do it all the time. In fact, if you're having a convention or an event or a meeting or something where you need a safe for a while, they'll take care of you. They can take care of that. By the way, they also, if you have a safe, they can change your combination. They can repair them. They can change the locks, your master code, all that stuff. But nobody else gets your master code. Jeff and Mark, these are true patriot American folks, Atlanta Safe House. You know, they have a showroom in Ackworth off of Industrial Boulevard. And you stop up there just to say howdy and check it out. They have almost 200 safes right there, ready to go. And again, the pistol safe. Oh, don't forget, gun safes, no sales tax. You don't have to pay the sales tax on gun safes. It's beautiful. And there's always discounts and rebates. And I'm telling you, all the top brands, pistol safes, jewelry safes, they've got it all. Protecting your stuff, protecting your assets. Things like medical records, your living will, financial stuff. They've got it all. Tell them the Kibber sent you. AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
You know the old expression, I love it when a plan comes together? Well, with our First Liberty Notes, this has been so true. Hello, I'm Brant Frost, founder of First Liberty Building and Loan. You hear about our family's company all the time right here on the station. For over 30 years, we've been the local lender who said yes when the big banks say no. A couple of months ago, we opened up our First Liberty Notes program to Main Street investors just like you, and the response has been just incredible. Folks from airline pilots to physicians to even pastors are now earning 8 to 13% interest rates while helping to fuel the growth of local small businesses. If you're a qualified investor with a minimum of $25,000, you too could be earning 8 to 13% interest. We'd love to have you join our First Liberty family today. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com and see if our First Liberty Notes are right for you. Go to FirstLibertyGA.com. That's FirstLibertyGA.com.
First Liberty Notes are not obligations of or guaranteed by any financial institution and are not secured by any collateral. They are not FDIC insured or guaranteed by any government agency. You could lose money. SEC accredited investor status must be verified. Securities not offered in any jurisdiction in which it is unlawful.
Have you considered securing your family's future, protecting your hard-earned assets, navigating complex legal matters with ease? Nelson Elder Care Law is here to guide and empower you and your loved ones. As a family-owned and family-focused business, our mission is to exceed your expectations, offering absolute assurance and peace of mind. With our trademarked Absolute Protection Trust and expertise in customized estate planning, Medicaid crisis solutions, probate administration, guardianship, and conservatorship, Nelson Elder Care Law protects what matters most to you. Imagine a team dedicated to safeguarding your legacy every step of the way. Our flat fees ensure transparency, and our customized plans prioritize your family's specific needs. Are you worried about protecting your family and your legacy after you're gone? Let us help you ensure you're absolutely protected from whatever curveballs life may throw your way. Schedule a complimentary legacy planning meeting with our legal team in Marietta or Woodstock today. Contact us at 678-250-9355 or visit at NelsonElderCareLaw.com.
Millions of guys suffer from erectile dysfunction. That's 1 in 3 men. And I can tell you, I'm one of them.
If you or someone you know suffers from ED, Peyronie's disease, or PE, here's 38-year emergency room doctor and founder of Total Body Therapy of Georgia, Dr. Eric Deal.
Patients who enter my office are often frustrated, hopeless, depressed, and embarrassed. I understand the problem, and I'm going to help you fix it. We provide testosterone replacement therapy, the P-shot, and treatment for ED, PE, and Peyronie's disease. There's not just one therapy that can solve these complex issues. When you visit our clinic, you're going to see me. I'll do a complete history and physical prior to any treatment that we use. Take it from me, Dr. Deal. When it's not hard, it's really hard.
Call Dr. Deal for your free one-on-one evaluation and resolve your ED, Peyronie's, or PE issues. 404-777-1911. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. 404-777-1911. Online at tbtofga.com.
Are you tired of dealing with drafty, inefficient windows? Do you have certain rooms in the house that you can't keep cool in the summer or warm in the winter? Hi, I'm Dan Watkins with All Four Seasons Garage Entry Doors and Windows. It's time to upgrade these old windows. Replace them with double-pane, beautiful, energy-efficient windows. Your new windows will help you regulate a perfect temperature throughout your house. Start saving big money on your energy bills and improve the curb appeal of your home. Give us a call today at 770-517-7078.
Georgia is home to over 600,000 veterans who play an important role in strengthening our communities. The Warrior Alliance is recognizing these contributions at the 4th Annual Veteran Impact Awards and Gala on Thursday, May 22nd at the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater at the Battery, Atlanta. You may participate by nominating a Georgia veteran for their exceptional service after military service in categories such as first responder, healthcare, education, military spouse, and more. Go to thewarrioralliance.org today and submit your veteran nomination.
All right, again, when Chuck Norris was born 85 years ago today, he drove his mom home from the hospital, ladies and gentlemen. True story. When the boogeyman goes to sleep at night, he checks his closet for Chuck Norris, my friends. I swear it's a true story. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap, it's sports and Pete Davis.
Braves lose to Tampa Bay 4-3 this afternoon there in Northport. A lefty hit a home run off Chris Sale, something that doesn't happen very often.
No.
3 1/3 innings, he gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Get that out of your system now.
Yeah, please.
Bring that up north. The bullpen looked good, though. Matt Olson, 2 RBIs. Brian De La Cruz also drove in a run. Drake Baldwin, it sounds like, a private eye or a lawyer.
Drake
Baldwin. Double and 2 walks. Braves entertain the Tigers tomorrow afternoon. Grant Hay Holmes to start.
Excellent.
They got good news about left fielder Jurickson Profar, who hurt his left wrist diving for a ball in Saturday's game. Turns out it's just a bone bruise, painful, but he could be ready for opening day. So that's a stroke of good luck right
scary,
there.
yeah.
We are Andrew Jones days away from the home opener. Why do I say that, Kimber?
Because
Why do I say
his
we're
number
Andrew
was
Jones
5 on the ticket. It was 14, number 14 for the Braves player.
Higher.
27 days, 80 to 31,
Lower.
24, 20,
Higher.
16, 27, 28, 29, 30.
You already said 27.
20.
All right, it's 25.
25.
Oh, my God, you're so
Sorry.
bad at
Just
this game.
keep thinking there, the thing.
Mets catcher Francisco Alvarez will have surgery on a broken left hamate bone in his hand. He's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah. And Yankees ace Garrett Cole is meeting with doctors today to see if he needs Tommy John surgery.
Oh, boy.
Wow. That'd be a big blow right there. Well, that's like we lost Spencer Strider last year. It's kind of like in the same boat.
A year, over a year, yeah.
You never want to see that, even for a Yankees pitcher. You never want to see that. Former American League Most Valuable Player Mo Vaughn admits to taking human growth hormone during the latter years of his career. And boy, did it help him grow.
Yeah.
He was a big boy. Baseball didn't ban the use of HGH until 2 years after Vaughn stopped playing. Of course, he was at the Red Sox, and then he went to the Mets and was pretty much a bust with the Mets, frankly, which was fun.
I wonder if that's part of the problem. The drugs didn't work well with his athletic ability. Something.
It was
maybe?
A bad knee.
Yeah.
He was taking it in his knee, and it didn't seem to work. Yeah.
Well.
Former Georgia star David Pollack is asking for prayers for his wife, Lindsay. She's having surgery for brain cancer at Duke University on Wednesday.
Okay, please. Yeah.
And as Dorothy once said, "My, people come and go so quickly here." The Falcons released longtime star and fan favorite Grady Jarrett to make $16 million of room under the salary cap. Wow. The 10-year veteran out of Conyers is now free to sign with another team. It looks like it will be the Bears, just like his former Falcons center teammate Drew Dahlman just did. So the Bears are, well, when you have a successful franchise like the Atlanta Falcons, you want to take as many players as you can off their hands.
Want to get our players from us, sure.
Actually, they got 2 of the good ones.
By the way, the center may be one of the best centers in football, they're saying. Nobody knows centers, but they're saying he's a real good one, so we'll see.
Overrated.
Okay, well.
Not worth that money. Let's put it that way. But he did improve this last year. I'll give him that. Yeah. The Falcons did come to terms on a contract extension with left tackle Jake Matthews. So that's the guy that isn't really protecting the back of Penix because Penix is a left-handed, but still, you need an offensive line for that. Yeah. Extension 2 years, $45 million, $38 million of that guaranteed.
God, and he's been in the league 10 years now or 11 years or something, I think.
Jake Matthews has been around a while.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
To pay for that word, all that, signings and stuff.
Somebody will.
They're going to, supposedly, the word is they're raising ticket prices.
Oh, boy.
Because with a product like the Atlanta Falcons, you expect to pay top dollar for success. And I would even go as far as to hand over a crisp $20 bill for a front row seat.
Well,
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, well, I wonder if Kirk is maybe giving some back of some of that money maybe to make up for maybe buy some tickets for the fans, or I don't know. I'm just saying.
Liar. Liar. Meanwhile, let's spin the big wheel and see that today's NFL team rumored to be signing Aaron Rodgers is the Steelers.
Oh, my.
Last week, it was the 49ers and Seahawks, but Seattle has now signed former Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold. So he's going to the Hawks.
Okay.
All right. The Jets are replacing Aaron Rodgers with former Bulldog and Steelers quarterback Justin Fields. 2 years, $30 million guaranteed.
Wow.
That's another huge mistake by the Jets, but that's what they're famous for.
Wow.
And Pittsburgh has traded for former Ole Miss and Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf, who gets his head straight. He's really good.
Yeah.
But he likes to fight and argue with the refs, and that's the problem. And it looks like Laramie Tunsil is going from the Texans to the Commanders. The Commanders are building a pretty good team up there in Washington. On 3.com has their top 10 toughest schedules for college football teams for the upcoming season. Mississippi State has the 9th hardest road, like they need that.
Wow.
They're the worst team basically in the SEC, and now they have the hardest schedule. Arkansas is 8th, Kentucky 7th, LSU 5th, South Carolina 3rd, Florida 2nd, and the hardest schedule in college football will be Oklahoma's. All of those teams are in the SEC. So tell me again why the SEC's down.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be. It's not the same as it used to be, and that NIL is changing all that.
Yeah,
but I'm
that's
telling
right.
you, it's still pretty tough.
Yeah.
The Hawks host the 76ers tonight. I'm sure you'll be down there with a box of popcorn.
Going to be there. Yeah.
Mai Tai.
My bros.
Yeah, you could be. Yeah. How bad was the Maverick season gone? Well, maybe they should change their name to the Pirates. Dallas entered the game with the Suns with only 9 healthy players. 2 of them collided during the contest and had to leave the game. So being short-handed, Kessler Edwards returned to play for his team, not only with stitches in his head, but an eye patch over one eye.
Oh, my God.
Now, depth perception, correct me if I'm wrong, depth perception is pretty key in the game of basketball, is it not?
Kind of both eyes to get the judging of the, wow.
The Mavs lost the game. Arr.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, that's pretty good. Gutsy of that kid to go back in
good for
there.
him,
With
absolutely.
The kid, he's 20.
Well,
LeBron James could miss up to 2 weeks with a nether sphere sprain. It's a groin
down
sprain.
in the area down there,
Yeah, that area. By the way, congratulations to the Fannin County High School girls basketball team. They won the state championship.
Fannin County, good for them.
Yeah.
Excellent.
If you see a photo of the team, you're like, how the hell did that happen?
Oh, really? They're not giants anyway, are they? No? Must be fast.
Don't look like they're very tall.
Must
No,
be fast.
don't
I'll
look
bet they're
very tall.
fast and quick.
But
that'll do it. In
They
high
must
school.
be good. Art Shalek has died. Art was the oldest living former ball player, a World War II veteran. When he debuted, he caused the Yankees to send Mickey Mantle down to the minors because Mickey was 19 and they needed room on the roster. By the way, his whole rest of his life was, I got Mickey Mantle sent down to the minors.
I'll bet.
Art was signed by Brooklyn, then traded to the Bronx. He was a left-handed pitcher. Art Shalek was 100 years old.
Wow.
And in 1919, Hall of Fame shortstop Honus Wagner did a movie called Spring Fever. In that film, the Flying Dutchman, as he was known as, showed a young boy from Brooklyn how to hit. That boy, his name was Mo Horwitz. You know him as...
Curly from the Three Stooges. No, that couldn't be right.
Who was Mo on the Three Stooges?
Mo was, hey, Mo. That was,
Yeah.
I can't remember the name.
Mo was Mo. Mo was the leader.
I know. Yeah, okay.
You called him Curly?
Hey, Mo.
You called him Shimp?
Hey, Mo. Hey, Mo. Hey, Larry.
I was a victim of circumstance.
Pick any two.
By the way, Brother Shemp also made his movie debut in Spring Fever, so Shemp and Mo were in there. How weird is that?
Yeah, that is
that
very
would turn
weird.
out to be what they did.
I'll be darned.
All right, that's sports.
Well, not quite all, sir, if you don't mind. Just a couple
Also,
quick
real
things.
quick, we have Trish on the horn who wanted to talk about the SEC real quick.
Well, excellent, Trish. Welcome aboard. What do you think?
Hi, Kimber. Your radio guy that answers the phone always gets my name wrong.
Sorry. Patricia
We'll let her know. Guy.
Yeah, anyway. Sorry, sweetie. What's up?
From now on, when they say, what's your name, I'm just going to say sweetie and leave it at that. I give up.
Sorry.
So, Kimber, I was going to say, first of all, thank you for your service.
Well, you're very kind. Thank you.
I personally was married to a Marine for 20 years, and I recently upgraded to a civilian. And then I
very funny. Very funny.
I have 2 Marine sons as well, so the Marine Corps is kind of a big deal for me.
I know it is.
So what I was going to say on the Oklahoma schedule, I know you guys were talking about the SEC thing.
Yeah.
Oklahoma had the worst schedule last year, too. Maybe not the worst, but it was pretty close.
Yeah. What's going on?
SEC.
I mean, I don't know. they invited Oklahoma and Texas, and I guess so last year they gave Texas the easiest schedule in the SEC. So I'd love to see statistics on that. But then Oklahoma they served us a beat down, and I say this because I'm an Oklahoma fan that moved to Atlanta. And I mean, I love the fact that we get to go to games here. I love the fact that I don't have to drive 12 hours to go see a game.
Yeah, true. But
they're handing us a beat down. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't understand. If this is supposed to be done by computer and be a fair analysis of what schedule should work out, this certainly isn't it. So somebody's doing something in there. Somebody's putting some personal something somewhere, obviously. With the NIL and everything else, I don't even know what's going on in college football anymore, but something's going to break. Something bad's going on, and I hope it doesn't ruin college football.
I really do, too, because now you're giving statistics of this player getting paid this and this player getting paid that. For the NFL, it makes you wonder how much these high school kids are getting paid to go to college.
Yeah. Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. As always, from now on, sweetie, whatever you call for Flounder, baby. Have a good thanks again, man. Thank you, Doll. It's 5:32, and good questions, and I wish we had answers. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, happy Monday. Nice to have you aboard. So much more coming up here later.
Finally, a president that will fight for American values.
The American dream is surging bigger and better than ever before.
And finally, an Atlanta news station that covers it the right way. Extra 106.3 isn't about traffic and weather. We care about the stories that matter most to you, your family, and your community. Get traffic and weather on your phone and get Atlanta's only conservative conversation right here on Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's for Howard Brothers and Exmark. This spring, gear up with the best for your outside projects. Exmark mowers. Trusted by pros and homeowners alike, Exmark delivers precision, durability, and power to tackle any lawn with ease. Whether it's a zero turn for speed or a walk behind for control, Exmark makes mowing faster, easier, and better. Stop by Howard Brothers today and see why Exmark is the one to have on your side for the spring. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Exmark and Howard Brothers.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. Are you overpaying for health insurance and maybe stuck in a plan doesn't fit what you need? Huh? Why wait for open enrollment? Get the health insurance doctor's name, Steven. Year-round enrollment, nationwide PPO plan, zero deductibles, no copay, saving up to 60% compared to marketplace stuff. Family of four, you can save up to $10,000 a year. Corporate-style benefit plans designed to fit your life and your budget. I can't recommend them enough. Free, quick consultation with Steven, the health insurance doctor. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. Healthinsurancedoctor.net.
You may know that ATL Turf Co. has become a leader in artificial grass design and installation services. But you may not know that ATL Turf Co. is a large artificial grass distributor. We only sell U.S.-made, premium name brand turf at factory direct pricing below wholesale. And now we're open to the public with large inventories of lawn and landscape, putting green, athletic, and pet turf on sale. Plus, all remnants are on sale for only $1 per square foot, direct from Dalton to our warehouse in Kennesaw. Visit atlturfco.com to learn more. atlturfco.com.
You have enough to deal with after an accident. You don't want to spend a lot of that time messing around with insurance companies. Besides, what are you going to say to him? You really know the ins and outs? David Van Sant at Van Sant Law does. He used to work for the insurance companies. Their worst nightmare. He knows who to call, what to say, how to listen to him, and he has your best interest at heart. Van Sant Law, 855-GA-INJURY. VanSantLaw.com, 855-GA-INJURY.
How do you jumpstart your day? With a Morning Extra on Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station, Extra 106.3.
I don't know why it takes something catastrophic for the Democrats and those establishment Republicans. I don't know why it has to be catastrophic for them to finally see what's going on. How about we head it off before it becomes catastrophic?
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong.
Gloria Gaynor. Big run here. 1979.
I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. Go now, go.
Sing it.
Walk out the door.
Number 1, 3 weeks.
Turn around now.
Number 1, Britain, too. 1979. Released as a B-side, recorded by the Righteous Brothers, and it's called I Will Survive. Gloria Gaynor, 1979. Deborah Pete and Flounder, 536. Our birthday list includes sports activities here at Pete Davis. Mitch Gaylord is 64. The gold medal gymnast, 1984, who has 2 gymnastics techniques named after Mitch Gaylord. The Gaylord 2 and the Gaylord Flip. I don't know what they are. I'm hoping it's not something, well, whatever.
I can guess.
I don't want to know, actually. And other birthday sports girl, Shannon Miller, the Olympic gold medal gymnast, is 48 years old today.
The Gaylord 2 was the first maneuver in gymnastics that required a complimentary reach around.
Well, there you are. And now, on this day in 1941, the Brooklyn Dodgers announced that players would begin wearing batting helmets in the 1941 season. And also, hold on, I got one more thing here. And this kind of
like a man.
A baseball thing. The Cuban national baseball team on this day in 2006 played Puerto Rico in the first round of the inaugural World Baseball Classic. The Puerto Rican team made up of Major League All-Stars. The Cuban team, largely unknown. Puerto Rico beat Cuba 12-2. But they would have their revenge. Baseball, a long favorite in Cuba. Sailors brought the game to the port cities in the 1800s. The Negro Leaguers played there quite a bit, spent their summers there, and Major League professionals from Cuba were huge. Don Larson pitched a perfect game on this day in 1956. The only one that can't be right on this day. One of the most memorable World Series things. Anyway, Cuba got the revenge because Castro knocked up the Prime Minister's wife of Canada.
Don Larson pitched a perfect game in the World Series.
That's not right.
No, he did.
No, he did. 538. He pitched something there. I'm reading what it says, and it's not right, so I don't know. I'll just keep moving.
On this day, too.
Yeah,
March 10th.
March 10th. World Series. March. Well, back in the day, back in the 60s.
Maybe it was a Cuban World Series.
Yeah, now we're talking. Anyway, a couple of updated stories here for you, if you don't mind. I've got to get Mr. Phone here because that's how I had to get them all. Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. This stupid thing, cancel, delete photo, and here we go. Okay, a couple of updated stories, including the agitator nailed at Colombia, Mahmoud Khalil. He was arrested by ICE, and he has been investigated as a national security threat. Donald Trump says this is the first of many. The president warned the anti-Israeli agitators' bust is the first of a whole bunch to come. They were presented with intelligence determining that the Syrian-born Palestinian got his degree from Colombia, was a threat to national security. He's been gathering intel on those actively engaging in supporting Hamas, otherwise known as Jew haters, which are all Democrats, by the way. Again, all the Jew haters are Democrats. Don't vote for them. And the president's cracking down on anti-Israeli demonstrators on their green cards. Khalil was involved in activities led to the Jew-hating Hamas. Immigration's people arrested this scumbag. His lawyer saying, he didn't do anything. Yeah, well, Donald Trump took to Truth Social today, fired a shot across a bow. Following my previously signed executive orders, ICE proudly apprehended and detained Mahmoud Khalil, a radical pro-Hamas student. This is the first of many arrests to come. And in light of that also, Donald Trump has announced that the Education Department is now going to partake the biggest scrutiny ever of 60 more universities and colleges over their Jew-hating activities. You've been warned, including 6 of the 8 Ivy League groups, Brown, Columbia, Cornell, Harvard, Princeton, and Yale, plus local schools like Rutgers, Sarah Lawrence, and 3 branches of the State University of New York. Yeah, as you know, he already grabbed $400 million in grants he took back from contracts with Columbia University. And now he's going after 60 more universities.
We said never again, and we meant it. Never again. We're not going to have crystal knocked here. It's the United States of America. It's not Nazi Germany. We're going to, if we have to meet you in the streets, buddy, we're not going to do this again.
In fact, I didn't get it. There's a whole list of the kinds of activities that we're talking about, and it goes from even things like blocking students from going into class or screaming at them as they're trying to just get their books. I mean, just the harassment with violence and the threats of violence, and you shouldn't have to take that in college.
No, anywhere.
Now, okay, obviously in the 60s, campus protests are one thing, civil disobedience is another thing, but this is different. This is hatred directed toward one specific group, and it's got nothing to do with protest over civil rights for all.
That's right.
This has nothing to do with freedom for all races. The civil rights movement was to have black people the same as white people. This is to have Jews dead. Yes. This is not the same as civil rights protests from the 60s. So all these people say, well, they've been protesting for that. Yeah, screw you. It's not, you're a freaking liar. I hate these freaking people. And they're all Democrats. Oh, and by the way, that has a scheme, what's his name, Jeffries, the former Speaker of the House, and now he's a minority leader for the Democrats. They're continuing their lies. He just came out today and said the Democrats have Donald Trump and the Republicans on the run. Finally, we're regaining control of the... Okay. I can't wait to see that.
Oh, by the way, I had someone just ask me, yes, we know Don Larson threw a perfect game in the World Series. We just were questioning whether he did it on March 10th.
Not March 10th World Series. No, this was not the same. And by the way, it wasn't a perfect game. That pitch was outside. I'm sorry, it was a ball.
I agree with you. That last pitch to Yogi was a foot outside.
Yogi Berra had to reach for that thing out of his knee balls.
Please. And I'll tell you something else. Jackie Robinson was out at home plate. Yogi tagged him.
That was close, but Yogi definitely had to reach for a ball for Don Larson's perfect game. I'm sorry, Flounder, are you trying to get my attention here?
Yeah, well, two things. Do you think it was a really close play, since we're talking about close plays?
Yeah.
Did you think Sid was out?
I thought he was safe.
No.
I thought it was close. I think he was safe.
I thought he was safe, but it was a very, very close play, and he immediately called him safe.
First glance, I thought he was out, but you look at the replay, and he goes underneath before what's his face. Yeah. What's that guy? The Mike something. It was a long name for it. Lavalier, I think was his name. Mike Lavalier got the tag down. He's seriously, he's underneath it. What a great call from the umpire, because he could easily have set out.
Yeah. And down the stretch he comes. He's safe. Safe. Braves win. Braves win.
If he hits one in the alley, we can dance in the streets.
I remember that.
That's right. And we did. I left Taco Mac on Far Road, and we danced on Peach Street between there and the $3 Cafe. We danced in the street.
Oh, what a bunch of great men. That whole freaking period. Was it 15 years division champs or 13 out of 15 or something like that?
Pretty good. 91 and 92 were special.
Man. And by the way, just
93 was special.
It just popped up on my phone the other day. Was the it was called the best commercial ever, and it was the chicks love the chicks dig the long ball, and it was
Maddox and
Maddox and Glavin, and Maddox is wearing his glasses like an accountant, and and they're standing there saying, hey, we won this Cy Young award winners, girls like, and so then they work it out and doing squats and doing knee bends and curls and stuff to get all. And they showed the two of them hitting the long ball in batting practice.
All right, real quick. You guys want to hear the audio of Joe Rogan talking with Elon about the
astronaut stuck up there. Biden would not let him back. Here we go. Yeah.
Are you still rescuing those people that are stuck in the space station?
Yeah, that's coming up in a couple of weeks, I think.
They've been up there for how long, Jamie? They were supposed to be there for a couple of days, right?
Actually, for like 4 weeks. They're supposed to be there. They were supposed to be up there for like 8 days.
Yeah.
And they've been up there for like 8 months. Jeez. So a little longer than expected.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What is it going to be like for those people when they get back? They're going to be a wreck for a long time, right?
Yeah. If the longer you stay up there, you get, sort of in zero G, you get increased bone loss. So, it ended up being like this political football, and sort of hotly contested topic. We offered to bring them back early. This offer was rejected by the Biden administration.
Why?
For political reasons.
That's so crazy.
There's no way that they're going to make anyone who's supporting Trump look good.
Wow.
That was it?
What do you think they would have done if they had won? How would they get those people back?
No, they can only get them back with a SpaceX spacecraft, but they pushed the return date past the inauguration date.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they would have let you do it, but after the... Wow. And so it would have been them authorizing you.
Well, there isn't anyone else to do it.
NASA can't get them.
The SpaceX Dragon spacecraft is the only one that is considered safe enough to bring them back. So NASA concluded that the Boeing spacecraft was not safe. So that's why they're stuck there.
Unbelievable.
Holy shit.
Well,
yeah.
You can't ask Russia.
Okay, we got enough. But you know what?
Yeah.
If I'm Elon, I'm extra careful in watching it because one thing those Democrats would like to do is screw this up.
Yeah, that's right.
And
sabotage. I guarantee they'll do whatever they
Yeah.
can to make it. They would rather have that blow up and kill everybody and have them stranded than have them be successful on behalf of America.
Yes.
They have darkness in their souls. 546, Camera Peyton Flounder, Monday. Look out.
The Morning Extra, every weekday on your drive to work on XTRA 106.3 FM and the XTRA 106.3 app.
I can care about people and their lived experience and not want cross-dressers or drag queens in an elementary school. Those two don't even equate.
I can care for my neighbors. I can care for my community. These do not equate to woke ideology.
You don't have to agree with somebody to care for them. And they're saying if you disagree with drag queens in elementary school, then you don't care. And that's nonsense.
Well, if you don't acknowledge my ideology and adhere to it, somehow you're unchristian. If you look at it as, I want to ship out all the illegal aliens that are committing crimes in this country, well, Jesus wouldn't have done that with the borders. This is their mentality. This is how they play things. My very simple point is, I can respect you, I can love you, I can care for you, and not give it a crap about your ideology because I'm not adhering to it.
Atlanta's only conservative news and talk station is XTRA 106.3.
Don't miss the Braves home opener at Truist Park April 4th through the 10th when the Marlins and Phillies come to town. Fans can enjoy some fun during the week, including Braves Walk on April 4th, where fans can line the streets of the Battery Atlanta as the team parades down the street and into the ballpark, welcoming in the 2025 season. And of course, the Braves are back with some iconic giveaways and ticket packages like the Chris Sale's Cy Young bobblehead presented by Delta Airlines on April 9th. And brand new to the lineup this year, the Hello Kitty ticket package on April 10th, which includes an exclusive Braves and Hello Kitty co-branded light-up figurine. Plus, don't miss the first Kids Club Day on Sunday, April 6th, where the first 3,000 kids will receive a Chris Sale Triple Crown to wear. Some great seats still remain, and it's the perfect way to spend your spring break. Visit Braves.com/promos to check out the fun and freebies during the opening homestand and purchase your tickets. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
HGI Wealth Advisors is your financial defense partner, preparing you for the unexpected when the inevitable happens in life. Our tailored strategies empower families to build wealth, generate infinite income, and mitigate taxes, fees, and penalties. At HGI Wealth Advisors, we help you transfer wealth while creating an everlasting legacy. Our goal is to ensure you meet your financial needs today, tomorrow, and into retirement. Our experienced team is committed to ensuring your legacy endures for generations to come. Learn more at hgiwealthadvisors.com.
Hey, it's a camera. You know, a great smile can make you more successful as well as make you happy. Yes, it's true. And your smile's waiting for you at my dentist, Dr. Dina Giesler, my friend for 30 years and dentist forever. This woman at Atlanta Smiles, atlantasmiles.com, the dentist with the doggy. It's really true, whether it's just regular cleaning or bridges or crowns or are your teeth bothering a little bit, maybe a little ache or something, or your gums, it's not going to get better on its own. Take it from me, I found that out the hard way. Taking care of your teeth and gums, and everybody's happy. And by the way, you can relax with Dr. Dina. This is an individual, private VIP experience. The latest technology. She used AI to get my last thing done at my last visit. And don't forget the doggy. She's a little doggy to take a nap in your lap while you're getting your work done. And this staff, these ladies are angels, I promise you. You'll love going there. A veteran herself, Dr. Dina, 10% veterans discount off the top. Tell them when you call. 404-262-7733. Your smile's waiting. Get the doggy, atlantasmiles.com.
Hi, this is Bruce Hagen. And this is Matt Hagen. Hey, look,
accidents happen, and that's when Hagen happens. And now, Hagen happens twice, because there's two of us.
We're here for you on what is probably your worst day, so that all the days ahead can be comfortable and taken care of properly.
We treat your personal injury case personally. You're not just a number to us. You're a human being, and we're going to treat you with the respect that you deserve.
Let us here at Hagen Law be your advocates. You can find everything you need to know at hagen-law.com.
Hagen-law.com.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
After more than a year of war and terror and pain in Israel, all of Israel is brokenhearted after learning the tragic deaths of the Bibas children who were held hostage in Gaza. So many people are still hurting through the Holy Land, and the need for aid there continues to grow. The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews has supported and continues to support the families of hostages and other victims of the October 7th terrorist attacks. And with your help, the IFCJ has provided financial and emotional help to hostages and their families, to those healing and rebuilding their broken homes and broken bodies. But the real work is just beginning. Your gift will help provide critically needed support to families in Israel whose lives continue to be destroyed by terror and uncertainty as Israel remains surrounded by enemies. Give a gift to bless Israel and her people by visiting supportifcj.org. That's one word, support. IFCJ.org, or call 888-488-IFCJ. 888-488-IFCJ.
Well, they were living up to their reputation on this day in 1977. The Sex Pistols. It was 7 o'clock in the morning in 1977 on this day on a trestle table set up outside Buckingham Palace. The Sex Pistols signed to A&M Records. The official thing had taken place the day before. They had an after-party held at the offices of A&M. After the signing, the group set about wreaking unforeseen havoc on the posh building. Sid Vicious smashed a toilet, sliced open his foot, trailing blood everywhere he went for the rest of the day. Johnny Rotten was cursing and threatened every upscale executive in sight. And guitarist Steve Jones got it on with an unnamed fan in the bathrooms. Their contract lasted with A&M 6 days. 6 days, ladies and gentlemen, before you even said, oh, my God. Sorry. All right, to the phones, taking priority. Scott, you're on the radio, man. How's it going?
It's going good. Hey, really enjoyed you guys broadcasting that one time last year at Nucky's. Got to talk to my son and watch my daughter.
Oh, excellent. That was, Nucky's Hoagies. That was fun. Excellent. Looking forward. In fact, we're going to do another. Flounder's already warned me. We're going to be live in front of the public again in April at Stovall's Landscape Wholesale Nursery Supply Place in Canton, their brand new place coming up. So in April, we're going to be out doing another live spot. So I'm just warning the public in advance. Anyway, well, thank you for your kind words. I remember that was a fun meeting up there. Glad to see. Anyway, what's going on? What do you think, Scott?
Just more opportunity to talk to little people.
Yes, sir.
So isn't it amazing that you can pray in front of a Planned Parenthood facility and get arrested? But if you're a terrorist wanting to kill Jews at a university, they'll protect you all day until tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing to me that the Democrats would actually react in any negative way to a foreign student who is not an American citizen, who got permission to come here to our prestigious universities to foment hatred deliberately, which has nothing to do with civil rights for all. I mean, that person's got to be kicked out of the country. They don't deserve it's a privilege. There's no right that you can get from a foreign country and come to our universities or on taxpayers' dollars. I mean, I don't know why this hasn't happened a long time ago. Trump's in charge, finally. That's why, I guess.
USA is paying off. It's the culture of hate.
I love it. Scott, it's ever fun, man. I appreciate it. 5:55, Kim Repeat and Flounder. A quick couple of birthdays here. Olivia Wilde, The actress is 41, 13 on House. She directed a couple of shows. She was on Stepford Wives, kind of thing. Let's see. You know who's her birthday today? You might remember you certainly remember the movie. Catherine Houghton. Catherine Houghton is 83. She was the daughter who brought home Sidney Poitier on Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And
really?
Catherine Houghton is 83 years old. She was that little redhead daughter who brought Sidney Poitier home. Is that incredible? 83 years old. Chuck Norris, 85 today. And, of course, remember, Death once had a near Chuck Norris experience. And there is no theory of evolution, just a list of animals that Chuck Norris has allowed to live. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an incredible story. Anyway, 404-741-1230, 556, 5 o'clock hour, brought to you.
Did you know?
What's that? Yes, sir.
Go ahead and say who it brought.
Lee Brandt Jewelers are luxury jewelries and watches affordable. Lee Brandt Jewelers. They have a store in Sandy Springs or visit leebrandt.com. Yes, sir.
Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn, also in that movie. Catherine Houghton's aunt was Katharine Hepburn.
I did not know that. I
wonder how she got the part.
Well, and again, it wasn't a huge. Well, it was a serious role. I mean, a significant role.
Yeah.
The daughter, yeah, absolutely. And in fact, I remember a scene in that movie when Spencer Tracy is taking the role of a lifetime as the daddy, saying, if you love each other as much as I love your mother. And when they showed a picture of Katharine Hepburn with tears, she had a sparkle in her eye. It was a sparkle twinkle. And I'm getting choked up thinking about it right now. If you love each other as much as I love your mother, or it just pow. And that was, that's the world right there. Cool. Anyway, 557, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. It's nice to have the boys aboard here. Let's see. The DHS is giving lie detector tests to employees now at Homeland Security to see who's been lying and who's been helping raids. They'd be thwarted by haters in America. They ought to. A lot of this, apparently, a lot of the leaking is coming from people in the FBI. They've already arrested 2 for felonies. Oh, by the way, Kristi Noem was on TV again talking about they're giving lie detector tests and stuff. Her hair is now black. I guess she dyed, and she dyed her hair black, and she wears extension. I know this is wrong. She looks like a Kardashian. I mean, she is so heavily made up, and her hair is a whole thing. It's the damnedest thing. And, God bless her. She's a tough cookie, but she sure, she puts a lot of, come love me stuff on her face, and that hair, those extensions, and now it's black. And whatever. She's doing a great job. Lie detector test, you asked for it. Again, this isn't, our boss coming in to give us lie detector tests. This is when you sign up for the Homeland Security. You better be able to pass a lie detector test.
I'm glad you brought this up because one of our bosses, Scott, says that he knows when it's AI or us screwing up.
He knows that? Well, I haven't been here all day. How's that, Grandpa? But seriously.
I'm a hologram.
One more Flounder's Funny before we adios ourselves here. Flounder, if you will,
I think I played this before, but it's a funny one.
It's all right. It's worth it.
Black people and white people, we smoke weed different. White folks take a hit, pass it on. My brother hold on to that till Tuesday. We got a different approach to designated driver rule. White folks will pick a designated driver. He don't drink. He's gonna make sure everybody gets home okay. Black people, designated driver is the motherfucker that owns the car. When we go to a hotel, white folks check out. Black folks leave. When we're in a restaurant, white folks pay the bill, leave a tip, go home. Black people gotta discuss the check. What's this gratuity? Nobody ordered gratuity.
Oh, my. And then his founder.
I can't figure out the guy's name. I've been looking.
We're gonna figure that. Anyway, Pete Davis and Flounder tomorrow, boys. We do it all again. Kimber here. Gotta go. You're killing me. Christine, sing me home. Look out, Herb.
This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station, locally owned.